I'm here, man.
Right, so we're in.
Why finish it?
Working.
This is all in. I don't even give a fuck.
We're here, man.
Right.
Mulla sports and
Right.
talks and
So
I think it's the
first one
first time all 6 of us have been here as well, blood. You know what I mean? So
It is, yeah.
yeah,
big up everyone.
Oz was in home country. Couldn't get the Wi-Fi for us.
Bro, we couldn't even get fresh water, blood, let alone Wi-Fi, you know, like that.
Right.
Nah, big up Oz, man. Big up Oz. Good to have you on, brother.
So we'll start with the Palace game.
Big up.
We're only going to
shit,
do
it's a
midweek.
full
We
house,
won't do
innit?
the
Yeah.
won't do the weekend. So we'll do midweek.
Actually, not smoking weed now. Like you're
He's locked in.
Yeah, you're locked in,
Locked
mate.
in. Right. So obviously, when did we play? Tuesday. The Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Us against Wolves. Like, good game. I'll be honest. Very good game. I'd say Wolves. They was a lot better than I thought they was going to, considering, they have their issues. But the thing that I say it surprised me, it didn't really. Like, they hadn't scored, I think, away from home in like four or five games. So it was kind of like a traditional Palace was just going to give that goal up. Like, it was a mad one. Like, who was it? Traore scored a header. Like, I think,
was it against a runner play, fam, or was it deserved?
it is when I think about it, yeah, it wasn't against the run of play when they actually scored. Like, I'd say at that point the game kind of evened out, because when the game started, I'd say we was pretty much on the front foot. Like, I think Decore, it was mad because I think it was like the 4th minute, Decore took a shot, hit the post, and literally they went down the other end. And I ain't gonna lie, my heart was in my mouth because Costa got through. Like, the ball somehow got through to Costa. Him and Ward seemed to be tussling, and I think Costa just about got a shot off.
Lads. Sorry to cut you, but it looks like there's a sending off in the Fulham game. It looks like there's a headbutt on the pitch, mate. It's all spark. It's all going off, mate.
Keep us informed. I was meant to have them games on.
It's rich.
Yeah, so then flipping Guaita saved it, like pushed it out for a corner. But I ain't gonna lie, that moment there, my heart was in my mouth. I was thinking, bro, like at that point there, I would have said it was against the run of play, especially considering we had just had the shot. But then by the time they scored, I'd say the game pretty much evened out. Like, wasn't really much in it. But
how did Costa play, Moles? I forgot he's there, isn't it? That shithouse, blood. Diego Costa, bruv. He's gold medal shithouse, that brother, man. Honestly,
he had moments in the game. But
sorry to cut you again.
What?
Douglas Luiz just got sent off at Sevilla. It looks like Gerrard is screwed, mate.
Gerrard's gone.
Mate.
Yes,
Pochettino, innit? It's all this talk about Pochettino going in there now, bruv. I mean, it'd be big for Villa if they can get him, bruv. You know what I mean?
Could do. But yeah, so then back to Costa. Now he was I don't think he's got the match fitness, but he was being a bit of a nuisance. But then I think towards the back end of the game, I think just after, I think it was either just before we scored the second or just after we scored the second, he was trying it with Anderson, in it, and Anderson just dashed him to the floor. Anderson weren't playing no games with him. But yeah, now so when they scored, like, there's some midget brother. I don't even know. I think he was making his debut as well. Like, the ball come out to him on the wing, like, and he whipped it.
Is he related to Martinez?
I think he's smaller than Martinez. He would. They got some. He was tiny. He was tiny. He could be like 5'6", 5'7". But yeah, no. So then Traore.
I can't. Like, honestly, I hope for your sake, yeah. For your sake, because you got too much talking, you need to allow, Just remember.
I'm just cracking the joke, mate. It's
cool. No. You need to allow, man. You need to allow, man. Calm down.
No, so then flipping Traore scored his header, and then I think it was just before half time. It was weird because Decore made a tackle. I thought it was a foul in real time, but the ref didn't give nothing. But then when he see nothing happen, he brought it back for a free kick, and I was like, this is a bit weird. He was willing to let the game go on before that. And then I think it was Neves slapped the post with a free kick, like flush on the post. Then the ref blew for half time. Then the second half now, like as I've noticed with us, like whenever we don't play as well in the first, the second is always, even in most games, other than the Leicester game, our second half always usually a lot better than the first. And then we come out straight away on the attack. Ball went out to Elise. Elise whipped it in. Eze come round back post, put a header in. And then I'd say for most of the second half, we was pretty much dominating. Like, but I noticed we got a lot better when Wilf started drifting into the middle and creating the space. When he hugs the wing, he isn't as effective, I've noticed these days. But when he's just able to roam, like he was causing problems. Like him and Edward with Eze, like the movement they was having between them and the space they was creating, it was creating problems. Like, because I think even before Wilf scored, like we had a good few chances. And then the ball from Eze to Edward that he ran onto before he squared it to Wilf, and then Wilf put it in.
It was a good run, that, wasn't it? Took everybody away, that run, when I saw on MOT.
Because you know what it is? I've noticed with Eze, like, I think it was like the third or fourth time he even attempted that pass. It's like he'll get to a point, but if you keep doing it, you'll draw a man out. Like, and I think that's what happened. Wilf was able to draw the right back in. So when Eze played the ball, like that space there was free, and Edward has the pace, so he managed to run onto it. He did the same thing against Leicester, but against Leicester, he didn't realize he had backup. So he kind of went for it from himself, whereas this time he kind of knew Zaha was coming in and was able to square it. And then obviously that happened. Then once we went 2-1 up, I think there was chances where I think we could have scored. But then I think it might have been like the 85th minute where they had their penalty claim for a handball on Gay. But like I say, being where I sit, I never would have seen if it was. But when I left and I saw all the talk about it, I was like, you can see why. The ball clearly kind of strikes my man's knee before it hits hand. But overall, I would say we was the better team on the day, especially from the second half. Like I say, the first half, I'd say it was pretty close. But the second half, there was quite a big gulf for me in talent, like on the pitch. And I'd say very much the 3 points was deserved. And I think right now, the fixtures we have at the moment are the ones we probably need to focus on just a bit more.
I watched the game. It was an entertaining game, to be fair. You guys did play well. Some of the passes that you're pulling off are brilliant. That build-up play to that overhead kick, if that had gone in, that would have been the goal of the season. That was just amazing, that.
You know what surprised me?
That's Edward, wasn't it, that overhead? I saw on it, Match of the Day.
Yeah, so it started with Zaha, because on Match of the Day, they didn't show the whole build-up play.
No.
Like, that started from Zaha, like, in our own half, where he went through, like, 5 tackles from 5 different men. In the Wolves, like, what I say, it was a bit weird. So, you know how on Sunday, like, the Liverpool goal, the Man City goal that got disallowed? Obviously, the ref at the time let the play go on in it. So you've got refs and they're telling you they're going to let certain things go. And in this game, like, there was decisions he was letting go, but then there'd be things that you'd see that wasn't as bad that he was probably blowing for. So I think at the moment they're very inconsistent with what they're gonna let go and what they're gonna call a foul. I think in that game, like I say, even the thing with Zaha with like the 5 tackles, like you could have blown for a free kick at any point in there. But it just seems like now you kind of don't know what refereeing performance you're going to get on the day now for what they're going to let slide and what they're not letting slide.
The rules change though as the season goes on, bro. So it's always.
Sorry to cut you again. There's a penalty to Fulham. Mitrovic is stepping up.
Oh, look at OTC's face.
Hey, we've got our own Jeff Stelling, innit?
Leicester are 2-0 up as well, fam.
He just about scored the penalty. The keeper saves it, but it goes in anyway.
Oh, one of them ones.
Leicester are 2-0 up as well. Harvey Barnes, rude boy.
I'll tell you this much. Martinez, he'd be pissed because he got to the ball and it spins off him. It goes into the net, mate.
Well, this puts Forest back at the bottom, innit?
Thank you, Dan in the gantry.
I thought Forest was bottom anyway.
No, they were second bottom.
Oh yeah, they drew with who the other week for them to come off bottom for the first time this season or something like that.
No, they drew Brighton on Tuesday.
Dirty 0-0 blood. So you know them ones.
Yeah.
Right, we'll wrap that up on Palace and then we'll
just
move.
a quick one, yeah. One of my boys when I was watching the game was messaging me saying, "Yo, Eze is lazy," and I was like, "Bro, what game are you watching?"
I think Eze's been in form last couple games, you know.
You know what it is?
He has a bit of a lull, but he's come back now, isn't he? Yeah.
No, you know what it is. I can see, because if people don't watch him like consistently, like I say, I go and watch him in it, like, but I see the movements that he does. So I could probably understand if someone was said he was lazy but wasn't moving. But when you actually see him and you can focus on a man rather than what the camera is showing you, it's a completely different story. Like his movement and everything is crazy. Like I said, if he didn't get the Achilles injury when he got it, like he would have established himself in that England team.
Yeah.
Because he's the kind, for me, he's the kind of player that's eventually, once he breaks in, he's going to be that creative spark because he plays so free. And I think what Vieira did and the way Vieira brought him back into the team was smart. He didn't rush him in. He let him he phased him in. And I think that's worked like tremendously because you can see even now he plays with so much confidence. He wants to be on the ball, creating passes. So it's good to see. So to call him lazy, it's wild.
I don't know. For me personally, he works hard at going forward, but I could. It's hard because defensively he's not the best, and I think he's probably looking at that thinking he's lazy. But I don't know with attacking
He's definitely
players.
not brought in to do the defensive thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's it. Yeah, he's not
That's
there to
why
do
we have the
defensive well,
Corey.
but
The Corey
yeah,
is the
but
one
people.
that we. Because I'd say for the most part, if you look at us, when we're on the ball, we're pretty much playing a 4-2-4. We don't play like 4-3-3. We'll literally go into like a 4-2-4.
But Eze's not that type of person. Like, that you put him in your team so that he can run back and track back and do.
No, he's the creative player.
Yeah.
You don't want him dropping too deep. Like you want him in a position where he's going to be able to move on and create chances. And like I say, even Zaha tracks back.
He's like that link in the middle out wide as well.
You just need, for me, you need Eze in that position where he can burst onto the ball. Because even Elise tracks back, but Elise ain't the best defensively. But you're gonna get enough out of him in the defensive position.
I do think that you can only afford. I think you can only afford one of those luxuries. I don't think you can have all of them at once because you're gonna get to a situation where off the ball, people.
No, they all know, like I say, they all know their roles, isn't it? Like they will do their roles and stick to their roles like perfectly. But like I say, I watch week in week out, so I see like a lot of the stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see. So I see how they move back, I see how they go forward. Like so, for me, the way it's set up at the moment, I'd say is a perfect balance where you don't want everyone back, but like I say, it's just finding that balance.
Yeah. I mean, I think Palace will. So far, they're looking good. They're looking good.
Like I say, right now is the one of
good.
games that we just have to pick the points up in. But we'll give us some love. We'll do some Liverpool loving. Like, so how did you feel for the 1-0? Well, it's 2 1-0s in a row. Like, we'll go with the West Ham one, but obviously they have Liverpool
Alex
turn the
Ferguson
corner.
would be proud.
They have Liverpool turn the corner, obviously, because it seems like you lot now starting to find yourself. Even like I say, I didn't expect you lot to turn it how you have, considering the situation you lot are in. Like I say, to grind out the 1-0 yesterday, I'd say is a big improvement.
Yeah. To be fair, West Ham are another team that we struggle with because remember last season when we had that, it was at their ground where they ended up beating us. I think we went up and they ended up coming up and beating us, didn't they?
Yes.
Was that in December?
I can't remember. It was just before they beat you, man. Do you remember that game that they had?
Yeah. They went on a mad run. I think I remember that time. They went on a mad run.
Yeah, they did the same to us and they did it to you guys. They always turn up against us. It was one of those games, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't confident that we would get the 3 points, but obviously, I'm always hoping we get the 3 points. Alisson ended up redeeming himself. I don't know if you man saw the passes from the back that he did where really West Ham should have capitalised on them.
Yeah, I saw most of the first half and then I watched, obviously, match of the day afterwards. But his passing from the back didn't look
It
He
looked
looked a bit shaky.
Yeah, he didn't look his normal self.
And then the penalty from Gomez as well. That was a bit.
Oh, that penalty was. You know what surprised me about that? The fact that one, it wasn't given in real time, and two, why they even bothered sending the ref to the monitor, because it was for me, it was clear as day. Like there should never have been a monitor involved in it. Like it was a clear and obvious error. Gomez went into his back. The ball was on. It was Bowen, wasn't it? It hit him on his chest. Like so, the fact that he went to the monitor and the fact that he looked at the monitor so much. It really baffled me. I was like, this should never have taken so long.
It was a clear pen, wasn't it? It was a clear pen, bro.
I think what it was, I think when they were looking at the cameras, and when I saw it in real time, I didn't quite know because it happened so quick. They were running so fast. I didn't know whether he'd actually made contact with him. And I think when they were showing
when I first saw it, I thought penalty, but then there was an angle that they showed, which I thought, oh, did his foot touch the ball first? But then there was the one angle where they kind of showed
he chested it. He didn't touch his foot. He chested it, didn't he?
Yeah. So then they had it the other angle, and you can see it was clear chest. So I was just like, why it took so long? And again, why you bothered sending the referee to it? It made no sense.
I think most penalties nowadays they send the ref.
No, it's just
I barely see they'd be like, okay, Stovall penalty, and they go for it.
I heard that, but you know what the problem is? The problem is the quality of the refereeing is poor in this country.
I agree.
Point blank is poor.
Totally shocking.
Because I look at the Newcastle Man United game, or the Man United Newcastle game, I should say. Yeah, 3 penalties should have been given in that game. TG United, 1 to Newcastle. None of them win.
You know what's funny?
You think it's
I remember you saying that to me. You saying that to me, and then I see it on, but I didn't really hear nothing about it, like in highlights or stuff. I don't think it was even mentioned on Match of the Day. It was only the next day when they did ref watch on Sky.
The Callum Wilson one was. That's when I sent a message on the group.
Dermot Gallagher was like, both in that game should have been penalties. So he was like, he wasn't sure why neither was given. But then
because you had the Wilson one, you had the Sancho one, and you had the Ronaldo one as well, when Trippier took him out of the box, which was clearly a foul. Because if that was outside the box, that has to be a foul. So it's that.
Yeah, I've always said.
I don't even think they showed that Match of the Day, you know.
No, they
showed the other two.
Yeah, that's what made me laugh. As I was saying, they didn't show none of it on Match of the Day. I only knew about it because Dan told me. So I was thinking, maybe Match of the Day I'll get to see it properly. But they didn't say it. It was only when I was checking Ref Watch. And obviously Dermot Gallagher was going through the incidences. I was like, that's mad. Like these weren't picked up on Match of the Day and stuff.
So did they get referred to Vardy or not? What happened on the actual day, bro, in the match?
No, VAR checked it. The VAR checked them and said no penalty.
You know which one I didn't get though? You know when Ronaldo put the ball in the back of the net?
Yeah.
So I was listening, obviously on Ref Watch, they did cover that. And it made me laugh. I was thinking, when he tried to explain why it wasn't given, I was like, but you clearly hear a whistle first, then the player kicks it back towards the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Ronaldo waits to see and then obviously takes the ball and scores. And it's like, well, no whistle went. And I'm just like, but a whistle clearly went. Like it's not like
the ref had his hand up the whole time though.
Yeah, I was going to say he had his hand up. I think that's why.
Yeah, I think but the issue I'm saying is though you can't blow your whistle twice. Like, so what was the first whistle?
Did he actually blow the whistle? Yeah, did he blow it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it should have been a goal. He blew his whistle and it's game on, bro, isn't it?
That's what Dermot said. Like he raised the hand thing again, but it's like when VAR first come in and Palace played Villa, and I think Grealish scored. But the ref had blown the whistle prior to it, even though I'm not gonna lie, I think we either won or drew that game, but the Villa goal should have stood. Like there was no reason to call it off, but because the ref had blown his whistle prior to it, obviously it does the play. So it's like you see, like last season when you lot played United and beat them, and was it Fred that stood on De Gea's foot?
Yeah.
Had the ref blown the whistle before the ball went into the net, the goal wouldn't have stood. But because he let the play out, that's why obviously they let the goal stand. So it's like it's a confusion thing, like because like I say, there's 2 whistles in that phase of play. So
it shouldn't be just one whistle, isn't it, blood? There should be
one whistle.
For me, if the referee, I didn't realise the referee whistle because on MOT they're just saying like the player had his hand up. It was. They weren't ready, basically, which is why they kind of ruled it out. But if you're saying that, no, actually,
because that's the thing. That's the thing that threw me off is the fact that there was 2 whistles. Because, like I say, if his hands up and you do it, it's understandable. But it's like, because even when you see Ronaldo looks like he's kind of waiting just to see what's going to happen before he even takes the ball.
But was that whistle for the free kick, like for the award of the free kick, or did he whistle like just when the guy took the back pass?
Like the ball stopped, you hear the whistle blow, and then you see the Newcastle player kind of rolls the ball back to the keeper, and then obviously Ronaldo takes it, and then there's another whistle like just after obviously to blow like for dead of play. But like I say, it's just one of them weird ones because like even when you lot scored against City, no, not City, against Liverpool, and they couldn't disallow the goal because they didn't have two cameras to pick up Ben White and Saka in the same shot. It's just like, well, you've got all this money for VAR. How do you not have a shot that gets both of them in a camera shot?
Well, what I found weird is, like you said, that there was obviously I didn't see the actual game. Dee and probably Ash watched the game, but if all three of the incidents went to VAR and they still didn't get it right, shall we say, that's not good, is it, bro? Let's be honest, innit? You know what I mean? The whole point of VAR is if there's a mistake on the pitch, blood. For me, VAR should step in and put the team right.
I'll put it to you like this: the referee ref the game against Man United Newcastle got relegated to the Championship this week. Need I say any more?
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that the whole point, the reason why, like, for me, I don't like VAR because you can't even celebrate a goal, blood. You're like, and then suddenly.
No, I totally agree with. But the point I'm making.
Let me land. But for me, I'll accept VAR as being part of our game now, if it does the job it's supposed to do, which is okay. The refs made a mistake. Now let's correct the thing, innit, bro? You know what I mean? Let's get a right decision then, innit? But if there's 3 times in a match.
I totally agree with you. The issue is that it's gone to VAR and they have not corrected the mistake. And then they've basically admitted he's made a mistake by relegating him to the Championship.
So what's the point of VAR then, bro? That's what I'm saying, isn't it? It's
I need to look at that, to be fair, because I don't know whether he's been relegated or they just rotating between back and forth.
He got relegated. He got relegated to the Championship this week. He left the game in Championship and he made another mistake where I think it was another penalty and he never gave it again. Like, the guy's consistently poor. This guy.
What I find annoying, boys, last year, like the first year, so VAR's been in for 2 seasons before this one. The first season, every week we're like moaning about it, talking about it. Last year it seemed to work a lot better. Like, you know what I mean? We weren't bitching and moaning about it every week, but this year it's just gone backwards again.
No, last
year it's just gone completely backwards.
Liverpool last year, I can't lie.
Liverpool, they use it well.
Listen, Liverpool against
nobody wants to hear it.
It was Man United. It was Man United the year before that, but it was Liverpool last year. No,
the past is in the past now. No, but let's let him talk about Liverpool. So let's.
Yeah, because we strayed. Like we're listening from like 60 minutes. We strayed.
Yeah, so let's get back to Liverpool's West Ham. Did we get? No, we didn't even get to the goal. Like who crossed it for Nunes?
Tsimikas.
Yeah, that was a nice cross. Still, I can't even lie.
It was poor defending from Dat Johnson, though.
No, it was, but I think Nunes' movement kind of looked a lot better.
Yeah,
that shot that hit the bar as well, blood. That was a pig on the bar. The one that hit the post. That was a nice strike as well.
Question: was Johnson playing centre back in that game?
Nah, he was playing right back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a right back. He's a right back.
No, I know he's a right back, but David Moyes is playing him in all sorts of positions. 1 minute he's playing right back, next minute he's playing left back, 1 minute he's playing centre back. I feel sorry for the kid because he's not settled in a position. So I'm not surprised he's making mistakes. Personally.
Oh, I got the formation here. Yeah, he's playing right back.
Yeah, he played.
Was it that much of a mistake though, Oz? Was it? I mean.
Do you know what?
And a good header, blood. You know what I mean?
No. The cross was good. The header was good.
I'm not on him, bruv. I think he's been all right for them, man.
I'm
quite happy to see him play for them as well. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I think what it is, when there's a goal, there's always got to be someone to blame for the fact that it's led or the play has led to a goal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
like, I'm not trying to, he played really well because the rest of the game, he didn't make no mistakes. Tsimikas didn't get another crossing like that. Andy Robertson, when he came on, he instantly knew that was a mistake he'd made and he switched up his play and he didn't give anybody enough space to make crosses like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. To be honest, because he came into the team, and I think he's actually done well to hold down a place. You know what I mean? And I always want to see a brother do well. You know what I mean? And I think he's done all right. Fam,
Over to Dan in the gantry.
It's 3-0 to Fulham. Gerrard has to be sacked in the morning.
Oh wow.
No way, he's gone.
And that's Dan in the gantry, people.
All I've got to say is I feel sorry for the man them who brought Salah in and captained him and all sorts.
I think it's Kabuki.
That's what I did.
So
That's what I did.
I've done my team for weeks, bruv. I need to.
No, it's okay. It's okay because the face of the weekend, the face of the dead team of the weekend, they all score back goals.
Captain Zaha this week. So I'm loving it.
Look at
There
who
was no
Liverpool
right.
faced.
To be fair, like
Look
on
at
paper,
who
there's no
Liverpool
right
played
person
this
to pick.
weekend.
Liverpool got Forest.
Right. They do not say anymore.
Anyway, back to real football, man. I'm on in fantasy.
Yeah. On
The second
gamers and all that blood.
Would you say, like I say, the last 10 minutes, I think you lot kind of let it go a bit defensively, because I think in the second half, like especially I think with that last 10-15 minutes, like West Ham had a good few chances to take it, because Skamaka missed a chance.
Souček at the end, blood. Souček, what a chance that was. Yeah.
I ain't lie, when he had that chance, I thought that was it, 1-1, and I saw I was like, oh wow.
But Liverpool had, I don't know, you watched the game, wasn't it? For me, it looked like Liverpool had hella chances, missed them, but then Souček had a big chance. They obviously missed a penalty as well, West Ham. So they had their moments as well, blood. You know, it's one of them games where, you know, even though Liverpool had hella chances, I think West Ham had a couple of things as well, blood.
I would say we were lucky to get away with the 3 points, to be honest with you. We were very lucky.
That's why I was saying, you look like now you lot defensively are grinding out the victories now.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've been great. I can't lie. You got to give credit where credit's due. I think against Man City in particular.
But City game couldn't really hold defense in that game.
Their defense was it wasn't even 1 or 2 or 3 players. Like it was the whole unit.
Big up Ash on calling a 1-0, by the way. That was a big call when he called it. He called that one, bro.
I can't lie. I thought they were going to get smoked.
I just didn't think Man City were going to be all that good that day, and I was just right. They were just second best in everything to Liverpool.
I think Man City were unlucky, to be fair. Like Haaland had a few chances, and he probably should have scored one of them. To be fair, like there was a chance where
Liverpool
he had a clear chance.
Liverpool,
he had a chance, but I thought Liverpool were a better team, blood. I thought Liverpool
was a better team, but Liverpool took Man City out of their style of play. So the way you would normally see City play, Liverpool nullified it and forced them to change their approach in the game. And I think that probably doesn't get mentioned enough, because when you look at City and the way usually the space they create and able to get through teams, Liverpool kind of took that away and was kind of forcing everything towards the wings.
It was a tactical masterclass. Like you got to give credit where credit.
James Milner, what is he like? 45 blood. He on that playing right back. I thought he was top in that game, bro. To be fair,
that was deliberate as well. That was if you think about it, Klopp probably was sitting there waiting for knockout. Pep was waiting for Liverpool to be on like the halfway line. He can cross ballers in behind, and then he was coming up against a team that are basically sitting deep in the defense, and he's thinking, "What the flip?" They're all probably frazzled. Great defense from Liverpool that evening.
I heard
Liverpool deserved
on West Ham, don't you think they're missing something attacking like a forward? Like,
you know what it is? I think they're missing that creative spark in the middle that can like create play. Like West Ham, I think if they had a player sitting in the middle that can create the play, like I think
normally Paqueta and Bowen are their two players, like their two sort of creativity.
I think they've got it. They have to figure out the system. Like they got.
I think they got Ben Brown, right? He was shocking. He missed
But yeah, they've got players who can play there and do a job. It's just a case of picking the right one to get a job, because I don't
think he's found the right.
Do you know what? West Ham were the 3rd highest spending team in Europe this summer. You wouldn't believe it, would you?
Yeah, they spent
170 million. They spent 170 million.
Skamaka was a big.
I'm telling you, blood.
That was a good signing.
Bro, he was a good signing, but
that's the only signing that I know of.
Paqueta, you know, the midfielder that we were like apparently
he's
monitoring
a
the
good player.
situation.
They've signed some good players. It's just David Moyes just needs to get the system right, and then we.
But D, now he started to play them. They started to pick up results, blood. All West, because I live in East London borders. So everyone around there is West Ham, blood. You know what I mean? So, trust me, what they're all saying is David Moyes. He put all these players. Why isn't he playing them yet, blood? You know what I mean? But now he started to play them. They've started to pick up some results. So I think they'll be all right, man. I think West Ham will do it.
I think they're.
But you have to remember, he has to rotate the squad because obviously Conference League. And you have to bed them in. Like you can't buy them. Like when you buy a lot of players, you have to bed them in. This is the problem of Forest because they got too many. So it takes time.
But he done that last season in Europa. He done the last season in Europa League, and they went to semi-final. Yeah, semi-final. Was it conference? No, it was conference. Yeah, was it in the Conference League last year? Was it?
No, Europa League. They got Europa League semi-final.
Lost to
Frank. Yeah, Europa League. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's done it before. It's just a case of
They'll be all right. They'll be all right. They've started to get going now. They had a really, really bad start, but they've started to get going now.
They're also still in the Europa, aren't they?
They're in the Conference League this year.
Bruv, you know that Conference League Europa, bruv, it baffles me.
Because I forgot that in the Europa League, the teams that get knocked out of the Champions League, they play the teams that finish second in the group.
They play the team that finishes second in like a little playoff or something like that.
So basically,
group stages.
Yeah.
Scenes when United play Barca, bruv. Scenes when United play Barca, bruv. Yeah.
I actually think we'll smash them up, you know.
That might happen because if we don't go to Spain and pick up a win, then it's gonna happen. We need to go to Sociedad and beat them, but not just beat them handsomely.
By more than 2 goals, do you? By more than 2 goals, do I think you've got
it has to be a minimum of 2 goals.
Yeah,
we have to better the result they had.
And they're a decent team, you know. So they're no pushovers, blood. I'll tell you that for free, bruv. You know what I mean?
They've got a magician in David Silva.
If you go there and get a 3-0, that's solid, fam. If you go there and get a 3-0.
I think we can. It's just a case of the players just turning up. The biggest problem for United is the players turning up. If they turn up and do what they're supposed to do, it's not a problem. But I keep saying,
hold on, why am I detecting shade, bro?
Nah, do you know what?
It's a smile, innit? You can see the smile on his face when he said that.
OTC's face, but you can just see that he's ready to send shots.
But I think it's only right.
I'm not saying I'm just giving him a mouth shot. Like they're talking about Europa.
Bro, there's no amount of Champions League football. If we dust you on Saturday, and I don't even care if it's a smashing ground. I couldn't care if you play us out the park. 97%, 3% possession.
Don't worry.
Make us get 1 goal, 1-0.
Don't worry, that's a preview. We'll get there.
I think it's only right.
We talk about Arsenal's impressive start because
Dan, take it away, bro. Tell us about Arsenal's impressive start.
Yeah, when you look at it, their start's been impressive.
Yeah,
Ash has muted himself. You probably don't want no involvement in
this. Dan, talk to me, bro. Tell me about Arsenal's start. 14 games, 13 wins, bro. Talk to me, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, if I'm being honest, I didn't expect Arsenal to be where they were.
Yeah, they got the victories. Can't deny it. They got the victories, but there's been moments I haven't been impressed. But that's a whole different discussion. But yeah, they got the victories.
No, this is a discussion. Let's have it then. So what? We haven't done that well now. 13 games. Been lucky. Wow.
There's been moments where the team's been ripped to shreds, and I haven't been impressed. But obviously, like I said, you've managed to get the results, and that's the most important thing. Like, it doesn't matter.
See, there's a mentality shift though in the team. They see more. I'd say United as a group of players now.
What games will be ripped to shreds about?
That's one of the biggest things about
Dan, what games will be ripped to shreds in? Just so I know. Just so I can
Old Trafford.
No, so of the 13 wins out of 14, you said that we've been ripped to shreds in a few games.
Leeds. Nah, you should have lost that game.
I didn't watch that game, so I can't even really speak on that one.
Well, I would say against Leeds, that's the only game out of the 10 that we didn't play well. I thought even though we lost Old Trafford, I thought we played quite well. But the Leeds game is the only game out of the 10.
Nah, Leeds.
If I'm really gonna fault Arsenal, I would say Gabriel and Saliba, but more Gabriel than Saliba. If you get the ball over them, they look like a mistake waiting to happen. But I'd say that's more on Gabriel's side than it is Saliba's, because I'd say Saliba all round is better. And every time I see it happen, it seems to be Gabriel's the one that's more drawn out position, and then Saliba kind of comes across. But if you can get the ball over them, I think that's where your biggest flaw is. But like I say, I thought Brentford was going to do it, but the way you lot set up in that game, you lot seem to nullify at the moment the thing like strengths of the opposition. But I would say that is the only real weakness I see if I was to pick anything out. But it's not teams don't exploit it enough because you lot don't really give them the chance to.
Now with Arsenal, you've got to give them their flowers. They're top of the league, 13 wins out of 14. No. I think in the league, they've got
league, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's very good. That's a remarkable turnaround. I think they've got a very good. Well, they've got a decent squad that's playing out of their skin. A couple of like really good players. You've got Martinelli on form. You've got Saka.
Hey. This guy thinks giving them flowers is going to bring them Saka.
We won't get into that.
He said you're gonna pay for Saka with flowers, yeah.
Well, I don't need to pay with flowers, bro. I don't need to pay with flowers. I just need to take him around the museum in Chelsea and be like, yo, Champions League, this, bruv.
Mate,
and then I'll take him to the training ground and I'll be like, look, Mal, you know,
listen.
Aubameyang, you met him before?
You know what's so funny about Chelsea? You've won Champions Leagues and you're not bigger than Arsenal. Imagine. Like, stop talking, please. No, that's the silliness you're talking about now.
Listen, Dan. I'm giving them their flowers. I'm not throwing them shade.
Quick question. What year did you start supporting Chelsea? How old was you?
Do the maths, he's 25.
Yeah, how old is 25, bro? He doesn't know about Chelsea, what Chelsea are, already. He doesn't know, bro. You know. So
when they were dead.
Ignorance is bliss.
Wait, how old was you when you started supporting them?
Since I've been watching football, so it's 2022 now. As soon as I'm watching football, what's that?
He was born
4 or 5 years.
So basically, the Abramovich era.
Yeah, but that's his age, though. To be fair, that's his age.
Wait.
You can't give me.
That's the only reason why they got black fans. That is the only reason why Chelsea got black fans. I'm telling you, blood. In the past, you do not get any black people supporting Chelsea, blood. I'm telling you.
What I was supposed to say before I was born, I was supporting. Bruv, come on, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's not your
Anyway, Bulls, yeah. We'll get to your second team afterwards, yeah. But on Arsenal, yeah. Bruv, like
4 or 5 years.
When do people start watching football? Like 6, 7, I don't know. Like really young, like extremely young. But
Abramovich came in nearly 20 years ago, blood. So he's 25.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I mean, bruv? So he's only known Chelsea as the Abramovich era. He doesn't know there were NF mofos, 8,000 in the shed end, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. I used to go there, bruv. There's literally 8,000 behind the shed end.
Yeah, it's a bit like Arsenal. It's a bit like really young Arsenal.
OTC is not your fault, blood. OTC is not your fault because you don't know about it, innit, blood? You're only 25. That's what I'm telling you.
Let's give Arsenal their flowers, man.
Listen, we've got to give Arsenal their flowers.
Yeah, sorry, G. Sorry, G.
Can they keep this up? It's a tough ask. It's a very, very tough ask. I think to be fair, the World Cup.
Hey, Leicester did it.
No, I think the World Cup's going to work in their favor. Not work in their favor. It's going to work against them because they're going to have a big break and then they're going to come back. And remember last year, I think when they had a international break, when they were on form, they were hot on form. They came back afterwards and they lost like 2-3 games in a row. They lost to Southampton, Palace.
Yeah, we lost Partey, Tierney. We lost a few players, man. Yeah.
So it could be
Brighton again in that same order.
It could be.
You beat us first, but I was 3-0, blood. I was in Dubai, tripping a cocktail, thinking we're going to get a nice little win. Bruv, 1 goal went in, 2nd goal went in. I just dusted after that. I was like,
why is everyone's face? Why is Hedgehog's face and OTC's face go like that when he said cocktail?
Just to end the Arsenal on my end, like, look, I think they've got a lot of potential in the team. They're very together. You've got to give them credit. Defensively, they've been good. It's where they pick up injuries as well. They got their two left backs effectively out from a lot of their portion of the games that they won. So if they start picking up more injuries, yeah, it's going to be looking a bit peak. But they've been very good, exceptional this league. You got to give them credit. I think they're two. How many points clear are they? I was just
four with a game in hand.
4 points clear. And bearing in mind, Man City bought Haaland in. I think Chelsea spent the most. Tottenham got Antonio Conte. You got to give them credit where credit's due. Man United got the GOAT. So Liverpool challenged for the quadruple. So you got to give them credit where credit's due. But
well said,
yeah.
OTC.
But all I'm saying is, what's going on with that Saka contract? What's happening?
Mate, it's not happening. I told you already.
No, I'm just asking what's going on. I'm just asking,
mate,
like, what's
mate, don't worry about that. Even if he leaves, he's not going Chelsea. Get that into your head. Like, it's not happening.
Is the issue the fees? Is it the wage?
I think what it is, from what I've heard anyway, which is I don't know anything more than anybody else, it's to do with the buyout clause in the contract. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we want a 5-year deal. I think he wants 4 and a option, and then he wants a buyout clause with no Champions League. So we're at the final stages. If you look at like people who are in the know, like David Ornstein, Charlie Watts, like Charlie, people who really are close to the club, they're saying really it's at the kind of final stage now. But yeah, there's just little bits like that.
You're owned by Americans, right?
Yeah, Cronkies, yeah.
Yeah, so that's your biggest issue. Americans always let contracts run down, and then lastminute.com they want to offer people contracts. They're not serious.
But I think at the moment we're in discussions with the 3 players who we believe are the future, which is Saliba, Saka, and Martinelli. And I think all 3 will sign, but hopefully at least 2 will, man. Because everything I've heard from Saka and Martinelli is they love the club. They want to stay. So yeah, it's just they want to get their P as well, bruv. You know what I mean? So you're not going to roll over and die, are you? To sign straight away, you're gonna negotiate, fam. You know what I mean? It's like any deal. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, me personally, I'm pretty sure Saka will sign, and when he does, OTC, you know what to do, blood. You know what to do, bruv. Bring your steak knife, man. And you're breaking the halal, bruv. I'm telling you, bruv. We're going out. We're going to have a bottle of wine. And we're going to have a nice steak. And you're going to apologize to me, bruv.
Well, that sets us up nicely for OTC to bring us into what happened on Wednesday.
I think it's yo
Kepa, your goat, blood. Kepa.
Yeah, all right.
Saving you.
In Todd you trust.
You got to give it. You got her. Now, over the last couple of games, I think Kepa has been outstanding. Do you know what's not been a couple of games actually? He's actually been even last season when he's coming during the cup competitions. He's actually played like really well.
Ahead of Mendy right now.
Mendy has never been the same after he fucked up against Real Madrid. Do you remember OTC? That awful howler where he let them back in.
He was
for me, Mendy's never been the same after that, blood. He hasn't recovered from it.
He's had a couple of shaky moments before, but I think that's when the consistent.
No, but damn, that was the crescendo. That was the kind of you fucked it under the lights in the biggest game, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Did he not concede like 4 or 5 goals against Brentford at home last season? Am I missing something? Like he's been making mistakes.
You can't isolate single games. I think that came like a couple of weeks or a week after that we played them. We played Real Madrid. I think to my understanding.
No, it was before. It was before Madrid. I'm sure it was.
But I think that moment against Madrid, where it's like Chelsea were looking decent in that game, and then he just let them back in, and after that, Real Madrid sniffed blood, and it was It all went mad after that, bro.
Was that
Kepa's been
Chelsea the one that went extra time?
Yeah.
Oh, and then he got Did Chelsea? Who went extra time?
The first game was 3-3 OTC, wasn't it? At the bridge.
It was the Madrid extra time.
You were 3-1 up. Madrid came back to 3-3.
Yeah, it went extra time.
I think it went extra time with us and Man City as well. Did Man City go extra time? Yeah, they did. They went extra
Yeah, Man
time.
City did, but Man City's one was worse, man. The way Man City capitulated was next level.
2 goals in injury time. Real Madrid got. What was it? 2-3 goals injury time, bro. It was madness.
You know what's funny about the Real Madrid one last season, though? Like the security guy at my building, he's a Chelsea fan, black guy. I don't know how you lot get these kind of fans, but man was like, "Oh yeah,
He's a youth, bro. Like OTC, he's a youth, bro.
oh no, he's a big man, big man." Like he was there,
No,
like,
I could tell you how. He used to be an Arsenal fan and he transferred to be a Chelsea fan.
we're gonna
That's what
beat them.
happens.
We're gonna beat them. And
We
then
welcome them in. We welcome them in with open colours. I'm
What
not
was the score-
going
what
to
was the
this.
score at Stamford
Listen,
Bridge?
we're not on this Rishi Sunak.
One second,
It
what
wasn't
was the
a
score
pretty
at Stamford
top five, fam.
Bridge?
We don't send them back in. We let them in.
What was
We
the
let
score
them
at
in.
Stamford Bridge?
We're racist, and that's the way we like
We
it.
like it.
OTC.
We like it.
We like
We like
it.
it.
Where's that?
Whoa.
I'm not part of this.
What was you lot
know,
score
you
with
know.
Madrid at Stamford Bridge? Was it 3-1?
Yeah, I
3-3.
3-3.
I just look at it.
Chelsea were 3-1 up, Moles, and then
Yeah, we lost to.
Mendy made that cock up.
I'm
and then it was
pretty
just
sure
like,
it's the away goal that killed them.
We lost. Yeah, we lost
No,
to.
because you lot would
Brentford.
have had 3. That's a lie.
All I know
we
is
we lost to
security
Real Madrid
brother was
3-1.
trying to justify that the way the results were, yeah, but we beat them by this first. And I was like, dude, but that's not how football works, innit? It's an aggregate score. You lot lost. Get over it. But yeah, you lot.
Do you know what? With the
I'm not
Champions
gonna
League,
lie,
you
yeah.
got,
For
you
what I
got to
did
take it
see
as
of that Chelsea game
individual games.
yesterday, I can't lie, my streaming app was messing up a little bit because the Wi-Fi was a bit down in it. But bro, I saw Broja go to header a ball and say, "Nah, fam, I'm not doing that." Moving like he had the Casemiro nose job, bro. What's that about?
Bro, I can't remember that moment. Bro,
Nah,
I've watched that-
Chelsea in general were just slow, blood. Ash might have thought his stream was messing up, but they were just slow, bro.
What
You know
happened?
what?
football fan.
Yo, I can't even get into
Football
Chelsea,
blood.
fam.
Slow as hell out here.
Every
No,
time
you
I
know
went
what?
into the game, Brentford was on the attack.
Yeah, because Brentford were dominating the game, mate.
Nah,
Like I didn't
weren't-
Yeah,
see.
they were. They were.
much.
Mate, don't go. No.
I didn't see
They were
much
dominating
of
the game,
Chelsea,
mate.
but I didn't watch enough of the game.
Look,
Listen,
for
Brentford
watching
battered Chelsea. The only thing they didn't do was score. Tony should have scored. He had a header, and he should have scored. Yeah, and Kepa somehow managed to save it. That you were lucky, OTC, and you know it.
No, if we're lucky, I'll say we're lucky, but we weren't
You
lucky.
were lucky. You were
No.
lucky. You had, mate. You
No.
you had no threat in the game. You looked like you weren't gonna score. They
We
looked like
had
they were gonna score 2 or 3.
we had a lot of good chances. You can't say we did like we looked like we're gonna score. We had a lot of chances.
Mate, you weren't gonna
I'm
score.
looking at the game objectively. Now you're looking at the game from like a Man United fan. You gotta look at it like for the
Mate,
neutral.
You look at everything with a Chelsea
Mate.
standpoint.
You
Well,
don't
why
even
is your
say
mouth
that. Ash,
moving, but there's nothing coming out?
Huh?
Why was your mouth moving, but you weren't saying anything?
I don't know.
What's happening?
It's working fine on my end.
Oh, so you're on some mushrooms or something? What's going on?
Oz's
Oh,
face
wait.
looked confused for a second. He just had
Yo,
a
what you been
confused
taking,
look on
fam?
his face. Like I look at
Yo.
his face sometimes, and he just looks like he's in a different world sometimes.
I was bare confused. Then your mouth was moving, but you weren't saying anything, fam.
Yo, did you have some like edibles or something? I don't know
Nah.
what you.
I don't do them things.
But on
Sorry, I digress, go
on Chelsea, I think look against Brentford, it's tough because I don't looking at the whole performance of every player that played. I don't think there was any player that had a poor performance or had a dead performance. I just think that Brentford defensively were very good. I'm talking like we played. Same amount of games.
Injury bad? Because I didn't see it.
No.
I saw it come off.
No, he looked a bit ill though. He looked like he was about to throw up.
Oh, okay, I
just-
didn't know what it was. I just saw that he come off.
He's so hopefully he's fit, but that's we don't need more people in the injury table right now because it's looking like it's a full packet house in that injury room. But ultimately, I think defensively Brentford were very, very good. Kepa our side were good. Chalobah, you got Chalobah.
Wait,
I've
can I
been
just
very impressed with over since he's came in.
OTC, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Right. If you're gonna say Brentford were defensively better, yeah, how comes that Chelsea had more blocks than Brentford? 6-1. Yeah, that tells me that Brentford's defense weren't stretched weren't struggling, weren't doing nothing. You blocked 6 shots. Yeah, so
Because-
clearly your defense was working
Block
overtime.
shots. Block shots.
Yeah.
We can
Brentford-
only Chelsea don't
Brentford
take
had-
a lot
Brent-
of shots.
But
Mate,
yeah,
you had
'cause
more-
you don't
you-
block
mate, you had-
passes,
mate.
you intercept passes, innit? So
Yeah,
it'd have to
mate,
be
you-
shots or
yeah.
crosses.
Right.
Wait,
You
first-
you had
you
more
could-
shots than Brentford, but they
Yeah.
had more clear-cut chances. They were the better team. They had more clear-cut chances.
From
That's
looking
a
at the
fact.
game,
Mate,
you
mate,
could argue that, but from
Mate.
what I'm looking
how
at,
could wait?
we had
argue
clear-cut
what? They
chances
had-
as well.
Mate, you had one clear-cut chance of the game, just the
No.
one.
No, we had more than one. We had way more than one. Of course, what do you mean we had one? We had more
You
than
had
one.
one.
To be honest with you, boys,
you had one clear-cut
OTC,
chance.
my take on it, you can't come on and go, oh, they were defensively brilliant, which is
They
it's just an
were.
excuse why you didn't score, though, blood. You know, like,
We didn't score. We
but-
didn't concede. It was still
but-
nil. So you
we
can't,
could, anyone can come on here every week and go, oh, yeah, we didn't win because they're defensively
Wait, hold
brilliant.
on.
Hey, listen, up until just
No.
the other day, Brentford had the best, not Brentford, Preston had the best defensive record in the country. They had a goal difference of 0, scored 4 or 5, and conceded 4 or 5 after 12 games. It
In
don't
what
mean
league?
shit. They're in the championship, but it don't
Bro,
mean nothing.
Last week,
Listen,
10
we
days
played
ago, we went to Brentford. We beat them 3-0, blood. We should have been more. Should have been 5 or 6.
You know,
you can't come on and go, oh, no, they were defensively good, blood.
Mate, the stats
It's an
are not
excuse.
lying. I'm looking
And
at
just
the
one
stats
second,
right
just
now.
the other day, we was praising Lampard for the lack of goals he's conceded. Like, you gotta give credit where it's due. Like,
2-1.
I'm telling you, we played Everton at the start of the season, yeah,
And
and we
struggled.
played a bag of teams.
They battered you.
Leeds
They
battered you. Leeds battered you
You scored a
3-0.
penalty.
No, we played on
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah, exactly. And
Right.
I'm telling you right now, out of every team we played this season, the best defense, including AC Milan and all your flipping Tomori, like fanboys and etc. There's only one team I would say has been the best team to defend against us, and that's been Brentford.
It's because you
I'm
can play
Tottenham
well,
is-
though, blood. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nah.
OTC, can I ask you a
I
question?
disagree.
Can I ask you a
Brentford were
question?
remarkable.
OTC, let me ask you a question. So you had more possession than Brentford, but Brentford somehow managed to have more clear-cut chances than you. Explain that to me. How does that happen?
They created more clear-cut chances from the midfield. We didn't have a midfielder. Our creative midfielder
Mate,
was Gallagher, and
mate,
he got
the-
injured. So what?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
your
see,
creative midfielder
OTC,
was
Mate,
boys,
wait,
boys, listen.
whoa,
This will end the whole debate.
whoa,
The two games that Brentford played before Chelsea, Arsenal beat them 3-0, Newcastle beat them 5-1, blood.
Yeah.
5-1, yeah? So
Those
you
your
can't,
ones.
bro, you
Oh,
can't
so-
come on and go, they're defensively amazing because everyone else has spun them, blood. You
Wait,
understand?
I've got,
No, not everyone
Hey,
else.
Oz.
Not everyone else. You're forgetting one team that got
Hey,
spun
Oz.
4-0 against them.
Oh,
Remember?
but
your
Yeah.
fault.
Hold your
Remember
mouth,
that?
OTC.
If your team don't score, don't come on
Oh,
here and say, oh, no, they're defensively good.
OTC,
No, you huffed and puffed and you couldn't break them
OTC.
down, blood.
I've got
honestly
a
what
question.
happened.
Yeah, we had good
OTC,
chances.
let me know,
Yes,
because
we
I've
were.
got one
A
other
lot of
thing.
players were good in the
Oswald.
attack, but
I've got another thing to say.
Where you see me in Steel City, bro.
Oh, man, that was funny.
Hey,
Bro.
I've got one more thing to say. So you're saying, oh, Gallagher got injured, bro. Mate, you brought on a Champions League winner. I believe he's won it 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. And you're talking about mate. You got no excuses. You brought on a Champions League winner. We won it 3 times. Yeah, he's won it 3 times.
have you watched him play?
Mate,
Mate,
he's won it
have you-
3 times. He's won it
To be
3
honest,
times.
that's probably what
Mate.
cost you. You rested Oba, Sterling, you rested a few players, did you? And you even said on the group, I can see why he's done it because we got United on the weekend and rare. That's probably what cost you in the end.
He done
blood.
that. He done that the week before,
Yeah.
like before.
Someone
before
take
AC
this
Milan,
player's
he done
phone,
it
man.
before. What do you mean, bro?
What's done
I'm
now?
talking truth.
But when
I don't
Newcastle
know.
score 5
That's why I
and
made that
Arsenal
big.
score 3, don't come on here like Brentford or some like AC Milan prime defence, blood, with Maldini and Baresi and that, bruv. You know what I mean? You guys
We
just
played
come
AC
in
Milan.
Bomba
We
Club.
played Tottenham. We played Everton. All have good defenses, and I'm telling you, the team that Chelsea
Hey, yo.
struggled to score against was Brentford.
Tottenham's defence. Did you watch Arsenal and Man United play against Tottenham, bruv?
In saying
scored 2
that, will
goals with our
swiftly
dead
move on
attack.
to Man United v Tottenham.
You're
Most
damn
of us
straight.
was.
No, hold on. You, no.
Nah, big man, you was going
give us
around
some
in
flowers.
circles.
No. You gotta give us some
Okay.
flowers for the
You
weekend.
want a
What was it
roundabout,
about?
blood?
No,
You
you
want
gotta
a
give us.
roundabout that program, bro.
1 second. I said we ain't discussing the weekend. We're discussing midweek only.
Hey, Oz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, you lot, yo.
Right.
I
So
said
on
that
the,
from the
You lot are
beginning. I
dicks,
said
bro.
that from the beginning.
yes, you did.
Say
Yes, you
no
did.
more.
So on the Man
Say no
United game, yeah, all I'm gonna say is a masterclass. Yeah, every single
Don't worry.
player on the pitch did their
OTC, get
job.
your thing built up because we're gonna do the
Yeah.
preview to you lot's game next.
Every
I'll let
team
these
did
lot
their
crack
job.
on.
Every player did their job. You know, from goalkeeper to striker, everyone did their job. There is no ifs, buts, or maybes. Martinez and Varane, top notch defending. Kept Kane and Son quiet. Never had a sniff really. You know, even the one chance they had a sniff here, he was offside.
That's the one that led to the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll say that. You know, one
just
thing
before
I'll
the
say,
goal, that was.
I'll give the referee credit for that one because he could have stopped that, but he saw
could've.
United had the advantage and let it play
Mhm.
on. So the one
Amazing.
thing I will say, give the ref in this occasion credit where it's true.
And
Because
you know what? The biggest credit I'll give Fred. He's injured in the middle of the park here. There's harassing players, tackling players. He's deflected goal. It was a deflection, but it counts at the end of the day. You know,
to be fair, at that
he
point,
did-
you don't
he did-
deserve to be in the lead at that point anyway.
Mate, we should have been 2-3-0 up already. Rashford had a couple of chances. Probably should have scored 2. To
You know
be fair,
who
but
Lloris was? He was that Europa League keeper. He was having the game of his life.
mate, I thought Buffon was in goal or something. I was just like, what is going on? It was mad. Like, you know, even the Anthony one where he didn't get credit for, he saved it and it hits the post. Like, it's mad. He did like, yeah. Like, I would have gave like man of the match to Lloris because he played top level. But as a collective, yeah, if Man United turn up like that, like to any game, we're winning.
Yo, Dan, I'm shocked.
I'll say that was
shocked.
the best United performance I've seen though under Ten Hag. Oh, as an overall team
definitely.
performance,
By
that was
far.
the best that's the best they've been.
By far.
You actually giving another team's player flowers that they deserve. I'm shocked, bro.
Mate,
Yo,
Luis was playing like Buffon, mate. There's no denying it. Like, it was amazing.
This moment has to be like captured. That Dan fan gave
No,
some flowers.
no. I give people flowers all the time. Anderson at Palace, I give him flowers all the time.
Flowers, yeah. Yeah, we're lucky. We're getting rinsed out in all our games. Yeah, we're top of the league, but we're getting rinsed out.
Yeah. So,
talk to me about your guy, Dan. Your guy Son and Højbjerg, blood. Because I've watched Arsenal, Tottenham, and I watched Arsenal United.
the system that Conte played, Højbjerg was played as a box-to-box midfielder.
How did he do?
The person who should wait, he did okay. The person who should be singing that.
Did okay?
Yeah, he did okay. He did okay. Basuma on the other hand, the defensive midfielder, mate, he was horrendous. He didn't do his job at all. He missed every single tackle, every single interception. It was shocking.
Højbjerg couldn't control the ball, bruv. He's literally bouncing off him. He couldn't make a pass. What about Son? What about your guy Son, man? The best player in the league, blood. How did he play?
He got marked out of the game by Varane. He had no chance.
So Spurs have played 11 games. How many times has he played well? This is what you guys tell me, the best player in the league, yeah? So, you know what I mean? I'm interested to know.
I never said that.
No, Miles and Dan were trying to tell me this.
That sounds the best player in the league.
Son,
One of the best player in the league. I still say he's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
So 11 games.
He's just having a bad patch.
So
What,
when
was
I
it
said
ever
he's a streaky player, I said he's a world-class finisher, but for me, what stops him being a world-class player is that he's streaky. He can go missing at certain periods in the season.
To be fair, in the game yesterday, he did everything correct other than have a chance at goal really, which obviously he got marked out of the game. He didn't have a sniff, but everything else.
You can say that because neither Kane or Son was really involved in the game yesterday.
Yeah,
so that says something. If a team managed to shut out 2 quality players, and everyone will say Harry Kane's one of the best strikers in the league, to have the 2 best players in your team not really get a chance, and then the only chance he did get was an offside chance. it says a lot about the defensive performance. Like I say, I ain't gonna sit
you
here
can
and
say what you want. Son
I'm
scored a
not gonna
hat
sit
trick
here.
in the second half against Leicester. In every other game, he stunk the place out, boys. Like, don't.
Let's had a good season, but you was ranting about Salah, but Salah's not had a good season either.
No, but Salah scored 44 goals against the Big Six in 66 games. I saw. Only reason why I know it, I saw it on
The
Twitter.
stats. He's done the
And he's
research.
won
He's done his
Champions
research.
Leagues. He's won leagues. He's like.
To be fair, like you
Like-
mentioned,
JK,
I
Look.
said Son is a world-class finisher. But what I did say is he's streaky blood and he can go missing. And we're 11 games into the season, so we're nearly, a third of the way in nearly.
His
And
stats are pretty
he's
much
had one
parallel
good
with
game.
Salah.
He's had one good game though, Miles.
It's very
one
it's
game
ve-
against Leicester.
One second.
The reason
Son's
the
been
re-
dropped. Son's been dropped. Salah's been playing, but the difference is Salah don't have no Mane. And I'll tell you straight, Mane was Salah. What Salah was good at.
But look what Salah done against Man City, blood. Like he turned up. Stood up to be counted.
Yo,
You know
the
what I mean?
only reason I
Son,
have to agree, well, not the only reason.
Nah, I think Salah. He pounced on that. He got one opportunity and took it. I think Salah wasn't all that good against City. You know.
He wasn't because
he's
they're
better.
I
He's had
would
bad
agree.
stuff.
I would agree.
For me, I thought he was a lot better in that game. He had another chance where Edison,
Wait, look
he
at
put it
against
on the
Man
floor.
United.
Edison tipped it around the
against
post.
Palace. He's not performed at all, really. Like, yeah, he scored goals.
It's unfair.
I would say
I think
Even
it's the role that he's
even
been
a
putting
9-0
in.
against Bournemouth, Salah didn't even get an assist or a goal. In a
Yeah, but
9-0.
this week, he got a hat trick of the Champions League, and then he
Against
scored against Man
Rangers.
City, bro.
Mate, he got a hat trick against Rangers.
Yeah,
Come
and
on,
Son got a
Rangers-
hat trick against Leicester. They're bottom of the table, bruv. And that's the only
Rangers-
thing he's done.
It's Rangers
He's
in
done
the
nothing
Champions
in
League.
any other
mate.
game.
It's in the Champions League.
Mate, stop your
only-
noise, man.
like,
Rangers are good enough to play in League
You man
Two.
got mashed up by Zagreb, bro. Them
Don't get me
players,
wrong, I'm
they
not saying
do
Salah's
hideout
not-
festivals.
Salah's not
bro.
good.
Them
Salah's a
man
quality
are
player.
barbed
You
on
man
the
couldn't
day,
score
bro. Stop
against.
it.
You lot couldn't score against. What's the team?
You even get mashed
That
up by
goalkeeper?
farmers, bro.
What's that
You got mashed up by
goalkeeper?
bartenders, bro.
No.
Stop it.
You lot lost to Sociedad.
Sociedad.
Bro,
I
Newcastle
don't
are
mind
better
when
than
they've got midfield maestros like David Silva, yeah, and who else is it? Is it Adnan Januzaj who's mashing it up there now as well? Yeah? I don't really mind. Yeah, name me one solid player from Zagreb right now, bro. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Look, he's looking up the squad. He's looking up the squad.
He's looking up, bro. That's DJ
don't
Carl
look at
Cox
your
at
screen, look at me.
defected boat party, bro,
Look at
in
your
Croatia.
camera.
That's
Don't
their
look
best
at
player,
the
bro.
camera.
Carl Cox.
Don't get me
And a
wrong.
boat
Like I
party.
say, I
You're
agree
getting
with
gas.
you, though.
He's 36. He's
Like I
36,
say,
mate.
the
He's
criticism of Son
36.
is very valid. But at the
Wait,
same time,
whoa.
it's
Question.
still a whole season.
So,
No. All I said
David
was,
Silva-
for
David
me,
Silva
Son
is
is a
better than-
world-class finisher. But what stops him being a world-class player is he's streaky and he goes missing during periods of the season.
You're saying he's streaky.
That's
yeah?
what
But
I
last
said, yeah.
season, Golden Boot. Last season, he won the Golden Boot, if I'm not mistaken.
Talk about this season. We're
No,
11 games in,
one
Miles.
second. But his stats are still kind of parallel with Salah, and he's played less games.
Just
Yeah, but
wait.
he scored three
No,
against
no,
Leicester.
no,
It's
Salah
not
was
the
the
same.
benchmark. Salah was the
same,
benchmark.
It's a big difference because you know why?
Let me just.
Salah will score one goal, one assist, or like he'll drag it out for the whole season. Whereas with Son, he would
Golden Boot
one
winning,
period
yeah,
of time.
Son.
he'll
Miles,
score like a hat
Miles,
trick.
11 games. Tell me what game Son has played well in. those
Now
11
let me
games.
just ask this question. Yeah. Let me just
No,
ask this question.
you can say your team. I just want Miles to answer the question.
I said he's not been good this season. I've openly said that he's not been good this season.
So that's
but
not a
why
streaky
can
player,
he
no?
not- 1 second. So why can he not be afforded in his whole Tottenham career? Because you can't say he's had loads of streaky patches when he's
He has.
consistently been one of their top scorers.
No, but he does have
Can
those
I
streaky patches, bro.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Gabriel
Can I
Jesus.
ask- can I-
Is
can I ask a
Jesus not
question?
streaky?
He's
Because
not
when
World
Jesus
Class,
is
though.
getting,
That's not. No one's saying Gabriel Jesus is the best
1
player in the
second.
Premier League, bruv. You're saying Son is
I
the
said
best.
he's
player in
one
the
of the
Premier
best players.
Can I
Yeah,
ask a question?
that's the
Can I ask
difference.
a question? Who's been better?
So
in
if
the
you're going to
Premier League
compare,
this
don't
season?
compare to
Who's
don't try and
been
compare to
who's
someone who's
been-
just come dark.
who's
You know what I mean?
been-
Who's not
who's
in
been
that
better?
conversation.
Who's been better in the Premier League this season, Salah or Son?
Salah.
Salah, 100%.
Right. So looking at the stats, they both got 3 goals. Yeah, so
Yeah, but he got 3 goals in one game. He's been shit for 10 games, Dan. He's literally played shit. And you know what? The game he got 3 goals, he got dropped. He got dropped for that game, and that's what made me laugh.
So you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
No, you're missing the point, Black.
You're missing the point because if Salah's been better, right, and Son's only had 1 good game, yeah, how the hell are they both in the same amount of goals? Make it make sense.
That's what I'm saying. They're both not having a good season.
Make it make sense. Yeah, you're not making no sense.
Salah might look like he's doing a lot. Bearing in mind,
Salah isn't having a great season. Salah isn't having a great season, but Son has had 10 stinkers out of 11 games.
You're not making no sense.
Again, Salah's world class, yeah, we get that. And I'll openly admit that. But then again, the same world class player that we're all talking about was not involved in any way, shape, or form in a 9-0. For a striker, wasn't involved in any shape or form for a 9-0.
What about against Man City?
Right, I've got another stat.
What about against Man City? He didn't score against Bournemouth. What about against Man City?
Yeah, he scored a goal. That's what I'm saying. If you want to go with stats, like both stats are very parallel.
A goal that came from a defensive mistake might be.
Both haven't been good this season.
I'm not saying Salah's been good this season, but what I'm saying is the difference is
2 of his goals come from mistakes.
What I said about Son.
Season, if I'm correct.
Salah's been better than some, but neither have been good.
Yeah,
neither have been great.
I agree with that. One thing I've got to ask you is how comes I never ever hear there's a team who wants to go for Son, who wants to sign Son, if he was that good or as good as you man are saying. Even after last season when he got the goal.
That's a bit.
I can answer that question. Man United
ain't only ever Real Madrid after Son. I mean Salah. Ain't only ever Real Madrid that he's
Man
really mentioned.
Man United have been linked to Son on many occasions. But
Man United get linked to everyone, bro. They don't count.
Of course it counts. So why does it not count?
You get linked to everyone, bro.
1 second. Other than Real Madrid, who else has Salah really been mentioned with?
No one.
Other than Real Madrid, Salah don't really get.
Man United were linked to Arnautovic. Let's not forget that as well, blood. You don't understand? So
it's not the
same as Real Madrid coming in for Salah, blood. Come on, man.
Just like curiosity, is Arnautovic top goal scorer in Serie A still?
Well, he's a good player, yeah. He's up there with Salah, yeah.
So I already say that because Lukaku's in Italy, right? You're playing OTC.
Chelsea finished Lukaku. Chelsea, he's got the Kings Road curse, blood. He's got the number 9 Kings Road curse.
So
that place.
Like I said,
don't ever compare Arnautovic to Salah again, blood. Don't.
Anyway, so the point I wanted to make here was people say that Son is not being good as Salah, but Son's shooting accuracy is better than Salah's. His shooting success is better than Salah's. Shots on target are better than Salah's. I think he's been unlucky because he's hitting the target, he's just not scoring. Whereas Salah now, he ain't really doing it. And there's the difference for me.
I guess all of this comes down to what you prefer.
This season, bro.
It comes down to what you prefer, but more people would say Salah is a better player than Son. 100%. It's not even a conversation you should be having.
Bro. You're actually embarrassing yourself now, bro.
I like Son, but Salah.
Someone explain to me why Son's shooting accuracy is in the 60% every season right? And this season is currently at 61.9% shooting accuracy, but Salah's is at 38.5.
Yeah, what Son had like 2 shots on fucking goal in 11 games, blood. Like, come on, man. Like, don't. We can all manipulate stats. Let's look at the game, blood. Let's watch the game. Son. Like I said, I rate him. I'm not trying to cuss anyone because I think he's a world-class finisher.
Minutes per goal.
We've had 11 games, and he's had 10 stinkers. He's had 10 stinkers in 11 games.
And his stats are still parallel to Salah's.
Can you listen for a second?
As I'm saying, it depends how you. It depends on
So let me say something.
But then you're trying to say, so what? Les Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler, Vardy. What you're trying to say? These men are like the best because if you're going to use stats on goals, then you know what I mean. You're going to fall down on your arguments. Watch the game, innit? Watch the game.
What's happened to Vardy? Vardy was prolific. Vardy doesn't even get to start in the team.
The funny thing is, they're Spurs fans, all the big Spurs fans who are saying they're disappointed in Son this season. And you guys, one's a Palace fan and one's a United fan, but you're trying to die on that hill, bruv.
I've agreed with what you said. Son has had a poor season.
It's
I've
not
been
about being
saying
poor.
that.
It's just he's streaky, blood. So you know what, Miles? In January, he could go and score 10 goals. He's that type of player.
Wait,
He
remember
has
you
that
just said that,
quality.
yeah?
Wait,
Remember
so
you
Salah's
said
not that then. So
I'm
Salah's
just
not
saying,
that then.
Salah. How many goals in this calendar year has Salah scored in the league? I'll leave that to you, Oz. You can take that one because it's less than 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, I'm not arguing about stats.
No. One second. If we're gonna go by the calendar year, I'm pretty sure in the league he scored less than 5.
For me, once Salah got that bag, like Oba, he's just dipped, blood.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
No,
So,
you can't.
so can I finish?
You can't use that.
But look at what he's done. Look at what he's done.
OTC, let me
44
finish.
goals in 66 games against the big
G,
six.
Wait,
let me finish.
I'm gonna say one quick thing. You can't say that, Moose. Yeah, on that you can't say that because how many goals he's got this calendar year? Because you have to understand he's
No,
played
1 second, because G just
AFCON.
said about
He's
going
played
on streak
AFCON.
and lost.
He played AFCON, Premier
And
League.
lost.
He's played we played 2 cup competitions and he got to the final and won.
They don't-
missed
And,
wait.
then he played the
1 second,
Champions
1
League
second,
final.
1 second.
and the
I'm
Premier
gonna say
League.
this now, yeah, because
Come on,
from the
man.
new year, rule out the penalty that he scored. How many goals did Salah score up until the end of the season?
But
Premier
you know
League?
what? Where I agree, Miles. Mane in the second part of the season, Mane was doing bits for Liverpool.
You're saying
was
it's
a
unfair.
clutch
1 second.
player.
You're saying
Yeah,
it's
nah, but
unfair.
you're
But
saying
how
it's
many goals
unfair.
did Salah score from the start of January up until the end of the season? Tell me how many goals he scored, and then we'll talk about if it's unfair or not.
He's
The
not gonna
reason why
answer
I'm
the
saying
question,
this
so-
unfair. No, I
You're
don't
not
know.
answering the
The
question.
reason
If I'm
I
not
don't know.
mistaken, I'm
I
sure
don't
it was
know.
one
I
goal.
don't know. The reason why
I'm
I'll say it's unfair.
pretty sure it was 1 goal.
I'm telling you,
And it was a
Son
penalty.
Son played like once a week, yeah, and for him, he's just got to get 4 or 5 days worth of.
Just so fair, just
Son is a world-class finisher,
let
but
me
he's
finish.
no Salah. He's no Salah. He's no De
Let me
Bruyne.
finish this, yeah?
He's not in that league.
Whereas Salah went from 2-3 games, 2-3 games, back to back. That's a completely different. You're more likely to perform worse in the Premier League if you're
So 1
going
second, if
through
you're
that.
playing more games, is there not more chance of you scoring?
In the Premier League, probably less.
So all competitions. I'm talking all competitions.
All competitions.
All competitions.
Of course, absolutely.
He scored a penalty from January to the end of the season. I'm pretty sure it was just 1 goal he scored, which was a penalty.
I also like to add. When you say obviously Salah had the AFCON, didn't the Asian Cup happen this year? Am I going mad? Right. So Son had an international tournament too. So what is your point you're making? It doesn't matter.
Anyway, can we get back to the Man United versus Tottenham game?
So
Can we get back to the Man United versus
Son is
Tottenham
not the
game?
player
Son is
not the player salaries.
Can I finish my point? So that's what I was saying. Yeah. So Salah's had more shots than Son, right? But the shade accuracy is better. Like Son's had 13 shots on target compared to Salah's 10.
How many shots have they both had?
Yeah, but he's played shit in 10 games, Dan. Who cares about these little... Watch the game, innit? Watch
How many shots? How many shots?
Salah's had 32, Son's had 28.
So Dan, what are you saying? There's been 11 games. Tell me what games you think Son's played well in out of the 11 games.
They're both playing poor. But my point is, you can't say Son's streaky when Salah's been streaky.
Hold on. I just noticed Son plays in the defensive team, so he's breaking on the counter attack. He's not really going to get a lot of chances anyway. And if he's going to get a lot of chances, he's probably thinking, I have to hit this on target, otherwise I'm not going to get another chance. Whereas Salah, early part of the season, he was getting a bag of chances.
And Salah, I agree. In this calendar year, Salah hasn't been great. Like since he's got the bag, for me, he definitely has dipped.
It's not before he got the bag.
There's no doubt about it. But don't dismiss like everything he's done, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then like I said, for me, I don't want to feel like I'm hating on Songs. I like him. I think he's a world-class finisher. Left foot, right foot, that he can curl it in the top bin, bruv. He's lethal, bruv. And I love watching him score nice goals. But the point is that, like I said, he is, when it comes to really you want to win something, yeah. You at the end of the day, football is about winning, blood. At the end of the season,
whoa, stop right there. How many big finals has Salah been in there and not scored in?
Who got them to the finals? Who got them to the finals?
Who got
them to the finals?
He won 2 cups for his club.
44 goals in 66 games.
One second. What I will say though, in the 2 finals they won this year, They won on penalty shootouts, and it was both 0-0s, and it just shows how poor Chelsea and Liverpool are. Because
I'm not hearing it. No, I'm not hearing it. It was a close game, and no, I'm not
with
hearing
extra
it.
time, and not one of you
It
could hit the back of the net.
It
Like
was a close game.
Kepa's or Mendy's ball still traveling. Like that's still
That was
traveling
mad.
somewhere.
That was bad. That one.
That's still
Keep
traveling.
So how can you?
Alright,
So,
keep
but this
cracking
is
Yeah,
the
but
point,
Miles,
though. How
don't
can
say
you?
like Liverpool were in for the quad last year. Don't say they're
No,
poor.
but that's what I'm
And Salah
saying.
didn't
Like
turn
I
up
said,
at any of the games.
this is what I'm
He
saying.
didn't turn
I'm
up
not
at any
taking
of the
anything away
games. What
from
are we
it.
talking about?
What I'm saying is, Son's been poor, but they've both been equally as poor. Neither one of it. Like I say, Salah showed up against Man City. I will give you that, and I will say, like I say, it was a hat trick, but it would still happen. But like I say, neither of them have been good this season, and I think
I
with
agree.
Salah,
Neither have played to their
clearly
potential.
see
I agree with that.
without Mane there, the
I do
goals
agree with that.
ain't coming. And I do think even now it's going to get even worse because he's not even got Jota. It's just ain't no striker Darwin and Firmino. And I'm sorry, Firmino gets a lot of praise, but what does he really overall offer to the team in terms of goals and assists? It's not as much. Like I say, you've removed Mane, and they don't seem to be as free scoring.
Son is not a footballer. He's a finisher. He's not a good footballer. He's a finisher. And you know what I'll do on our group chat? I want to post Tottenham diehard fans saying this on their streams. And the funny thing is, that is what's been pushed out in the narratives on social media recently. But I told you months ago this. I've been saying this months ago to you guys. And
like I say, he's been poor this season.
He's a world-class finisher, but the difference is, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, let's say that the chips are down, it's a hard game. Who's going to be the one to, like, just grab the game by the scruff of the neck, blood, do something special, do win the game for you, like, make that difference, blood, in those big moments.
Honest, there's no one in Tottenham. There's no one in Tottenham because not even Harry Kane really does that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So
dismissing?
I agree.
Are we?
So like the real clutch players like De Bruyne and Salah and Mane, these have been the players who've made the difference in those big moments, blood. You understand? That's what I'm trying to say. And so that's
would
why.
Would you not say the biggest games here are finals, cup finals, yeah, Champions League finals,
like finals,
semi-finals. Salah doesn't
cup finals and games against big teams in the Premier League because
against
Man City in 66 games, Dan.
That's a big game.
Listen to
but Salah played in four finals
and didn't score. 4 finals, did not score. Lost all of them.
He didn't score in no
finals. He didn't lose all of them.
He lost 2 of them.
What about the semi-finals? Who scored in the semi-finals?
Neither for Egypt. I know that much.
Yeah.
For Liverpool, they've been in 3 Champions League finals, haven't they, in the last 5 years?
I think he might have scored for Liverpool.
So let me see. Champions League goals. Let me see. Let me see. Champions League goals.
I'm not sure.
They scored 2 goals against Benfica.
Either way, I just know the only Champions League goal he scored was the one against Tottenham, and that was a penalty.
Champions League goals.
Are we overlooking this bad form? Because I ain't being funny. If I'm Son and I'm putting in prolific, like, because let's be real, yeah, when him and Kane started under Jose Mourinho, him and Kane formed up some mad partnership in the beginning.
It's the best partnership in the league, by the way, ever.
Do you get what I'm saying? So are we overlooking?
It's the best. That's the fact. No, that's the fact.
You're laughing at that.
One second.
Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo, Henry, Bergkamp, and this brother is talking about Kane and Son.
You're missing the point.
He didn't say ever.
Honestly, bro, I'm
say
gonna log
ever.
off, man.
It was
Because
the
this
best
is getting silly
This
now. This is not football talk, man. Honestly, bro, I'm gonna leave. Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo. And then Henry and Bergkamp, and you want to talk about Kane and Son?
I blood your soul, no one said they're the greatest. They're the greatest partnership ever.
Bruv.
No one said that. We said that season effectively they were the best partnership. They were one of them. Maybe not the best, but they were the.
Get control because I need to talk. Open your ears and listen for a second, yeah. If you look at the stats, yeah, of partnerships, they've got the most goals. That's a fact.
Wait, did you say that they are the best?
No, one second.
He did say that.
One second, because he was going to throw in the statistic, but everyone started laughing. Because I knew where he was going with it, because it was just this season, statistically, as a goal and assist partnership,
Yeah,
they
they're the best.
overtook, was it Drogba and Lampard, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, they did.
So that's what he was going to say, but obviously
And what have they
everyone
got to
started
show for it? What have they
laughing.
got to show for it? What have they got to
Exactly.
show
What
for
did
it?
they win? It doesn't matter.
Bruv, this is
Oh,
just a
that doesn't
joke,
matter.
man.
It's like,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
what did you win?
Honestly, bruv, like this is just
Mate.
you're kind of you're devaluing this podcast saying stuff like that, bruv. Like,
Drogba,
honestly,
Lampard, they won like 4 or 5 Premier Leagues. Or I think it's about 4 Premier
Salah,
Leagues.
Mane, Firmino, Drogba, Lampard, Henri, Bergkamp, Tevez,
No.
Rudy, Ronaldo, and this man's talking about Son and fucking Kane.
That's
fair,
They won the Audi Cup in
One
pre-season,
second.
bro.
To be fair,
Come on, man.
he didn't say they was the best. He was
No,
saying
he did. No,
statistically.
rewind it. He did. No,
No, but I'm
Miles.
saying he
Don't
was about
rewrite
to
history.
say
He did.
statistically.
But you're
No,
not
but
listening.
he was
Let
about
me
to put the
finish.
statistic part in, but obviously everyone started laughing because if you just hear it, it does sound funny. But I'm saying as a statistic, which obviously we don't create that narrative, that's created by the TV when they put that stat up. Like I say, they overtook it this season. I'm not saying they're the best partnership.
You can
ever,
say
because
Les
it's far from
Ferdinand
alive.
scored more goals than Ronaldo and Henri. It means nothing. It's an
No
irrelevant
respect,
point.
look at Alan Shearer, the greatest striker in the Premier League, you could say, because he scored the most goals. But
He
you won't.
he
but you
probably
look
is.
at his
He probably
career.
is though the great. Yeah, he's
But
got an
you will
argument.
find people. But you'll find people that say no, he ain't the greatest. Blah blah. Blah. You will find
Yeah,
someone.
but
No
trust me,
matter
what
what
we do
happens,
know
I
is
think
Kane
you
and
always
Son are
find
not the
someone.
best partnership in Premier League history. What we do know is that. Don't anybody tell me that they are. I'm
The
just
best
saying.
goal for assist partnership, like I say, for goal and assist as a partnership,
It's
they're
a
number
fact.
one, which is then followed by Drogba and Lampard. Like
Fact.
if you
It's
sat
not
there and
debate.
told OTC Drogba and Lampard was number one, he ain't gonna be sitting there doing that. He'd be sitting there with a
The
smile on his
stats
face.
are one thing, Miles. Like I said, Les
No,
Ferdinand's
but that's
got
what I'm
more
saying.
goals than Henri, but it doesn't
Yeah,
mean
this
That's what I'm
stats
saying.
brother in the top of the middle sitting there shaking
Yeah,
his
he's
head
the
like
stats
he don't
guy.
sit there and
He's
throw
the
up
stats
mouth
guy.
stats in my group chat 6 times a day.
Remember
Oh,
OTC's the
yeah,
stat
guy
guy.
on that
It's just
hill.
the other day it was Mount's got the most goals and assists since
Then all the other
start of
English
21-22
midfielders.
season. But I was like, if you throw it back a season, then Harry Kane's got it. Like
Yeah,
I say, the stats are
Tevez,
there.
Rooney, Ronaldo, Henri, and Bergkamp. Don't ever talk to me about Kane and Son with them, man. Don't.
No, but no one,
It insults my intelligence.
but no one's saying they're the best partnership like that.
Dan did.
No,
That's
it was
what
me.
me, Oz, and
Stats wise.
It was
OTC
me.
were laughing.
No, it was me. It
Stats
was me.
wise.
I stamped it as that season, not ever. I
Yeah,
stamped them as
whatever. One
the
season.
best
That's
partnership.
Either
that
Johnson
season,
and
right?
Jimmy Ford Hasselbank had a good season one year, from memory as
Stats-wise,
well, blood.
Then he was the best
stats-wise.
that season. Then innit? That's how it
Yeah,
goes,
but
innit? Like, unfortunately
stats-wise,
for you lot, yeah, that you don't want to admit certain players were the best that season, innit? It just is where it is. Them man there, their partnership that season was better than most. But Spurs are Spurs. It is what it is, bro.
Haaland's already caught up more or less. He's only 11 goals behind them, man, with terms of goals since the start of last season. Like, but we're not going to sit here and say, oh, he's the best striker in the Premier League. We're not going to sit there and say that. And bearing in mind, that's a stat from last season that they compared him to. Since the start of last season, I think Kane or Son, I think Son has 26. Then I think the next one's on 25. But Haaland's only 11 goals off the top of that. And he's played less games than them. But we're not going to sit here and say he's the best.
But I feel like that's what Dan and Ash trying to say about Kane and
no,
Son.
you're not.
For me,
You're not listening.
I'll judge at the end of the season when I see what trophies they
you're
lift.
just trying to take something and run with it, bro. I
Please,
stamped that
Yeah, but then
season
to
for
be
me.
fair,
They were the
I'm
best
gonna
that
say that,
season.
yeah.
If you don't like, you don't have to like.
Aubameyang finished
For
as
me,
top
that's what it
scorer in
was,
the Premier League.
Because what
But
they did was
he might not have won
fucking
nothing that
madness,
season,
bro.
but he's the best striker. He was the best striker in the league that season because he scored the most goals. When Jamie Vardy won it, he was the best striker in the thing that
Aubameyang
season.
won it 2 years in a row. He won it 2 years in a row, Golden.
No,
So
but
can I
Wolves,
say
you're talking
something?
about one isolated season.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's
I'm
not
talking
an
about
isolated season.
That's
That doesn't mean it's going to be like, you know what I mean?
OTC, let me check, please. Yeah. Stats say, yeah, as a partnership, yeah, Kane and Son, yeah, for goals and assists, yeah, are the best partnership. That's a fact. It's
in
not a
Premier League
debate.
history.
Fact.
Because
Now,
that's
You know
what
what else is the fact?
Okay,
You know what
so
else is the
stats say
fact?
that. In real life, what does it mean? So stats say that. That's fine. In real life, what does that mean?
Drop got 4 Premier Leagues.
It means
What
that
have they
they've
won?
assisted and scored more than most Premier
like I
League
say, no one's
duos
sitting here and
together, innit?
saying they're the best, but statistically, as a
They
partnership,
are the best.
it's the better partnership the
It's
league's
the
ever
best
seen.
partnership. It's the
But
best
no one's
partnership.
sitting
That's
here and saying
What
that
does
they
it
are
mean?
the best partnership.
And you got
What does it
you got to
mean?
look
What
at
is
the
it?
defense.
It's
No,
a-
you got to look at the defense as
Yeah.
well. the defenders that Drogba and Lampard came up against were far better than they are today. Bruv, come
Okay,
on,
but
bro.
one
Let's
second.
not talk about it.
Beg
People
your
sitting
pardon?
there saying Virgil van
Lampard-
Dijk's the greatest defender in Premier League history.
I
And
don't do that.
that's a fucking crock of shit. The guy
Listen,
can't sit there and play with the defenders
Rio
of the
Ferdinand,
90s and the early
Vidic.
2000s.
Bruv, come on, man. Come on, but
It's-
listen.
but like I
come
say,
on,
the
About
league-
come
10
on,
players
One
ahead of
second,
ahead of
Whoa,
the
Virgil,
whoa,
I'd
league
say.
now
Bruv,
is
come on,
completely different to what the league was back in the 90s.
OTC.
There's a big
I've got a
the
question.
way the football's played now is completely different to them because the players now, a lot of them won't stand up against the players of the 90s. They wouldn't have the minerals to take some of them challenges. Like I say, football's moved so completely different. Drogba don't have as much success. And sorry, you want to throw Drogba in there. Drogba was a quality striker, but how many times did he go over 20 goals in a season?
Not much.
Bruv.
Not
Thing
much.
is, the point is, Mark,
Four
you
Premier
you
League.
guys are
We
throwing
divert
in
the
this stat.
conversation back
One,
to the
two,
Man
three,
United and Tottenham.
Four
The
FA
point is,
Cups.
you guys are bringing in these
Let's bring it
stats,
back to
yeah,
Man United, Tottenham. Let's bring it back to
about
Man
Kane
United,
and
Tottenham.
Son. Like,
3 League Cups.
realistically, like
One,
Tevez,
two.
really for me, Tevez, Rooney,
Champions
Ronaldo is the
League.
best attack I've ever seen in Premier League. That they won the fucking treble and they were unplayable. Yeah, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. Then you had for Liverpool recently, Salah, Mane, Firmino. For Arsenal, you had Henry and Bergkamp. For Chelsea, you've had Drogba. Bro, these guys are literally like they're so far ahead of what Kane and Son are. It's just for me, it's just embarrassing that you're not even trying to bring that kind of stat in to kind of say, oh well, they're like
3
just the
AFCONs.
best. What does it mean in real
Mate.
life? What does it actually mean? I've named you 5 strike partnerships that are
It
literally
means it's a shame they
levels
played for
above them.
Tottenham, bro.
Levels above them, bro.
You know the funny thing is, yeah, I guarantee, yeah, if either of them play for different clubs, that wouldn't be looked at the same. Because, like I say, if they played for a team that was winning, you lot wouldn't have an argument against it. Like I say, it's a shame the club they play
That's
for.
true.
Like I said,
Because
but
teams
you
that
lot-
win deliver. They in the big moments. They that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like it's a difference, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but
From
there's no
scoring a
LeBron
hat-trick
James in
against
football,
Leicester.
though. There's no one player that individually wins you a league. This isn't La Liga, bro. This isn't NBA, bro.
We're talking
There's
about-
no
we're talking
one
about
player that
partnerships,
plays
though, Ash.
38 games
We're
and
talking
wins
about
you a league,
partnerships.
bro. There's
We're talking
never
about,
has
we're
been.
talking about Henry and Bergkamp for me. They were unbelievable. Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo for me, unbelievable. Drogba, Lampard, unbelievable.
Yeah, but then you
Firmino,
when you
Salah.
say these players, say the rest of the team sheet behind them, because you also forget that these men are top strikers in the team that, yeah, they've had great defensive managers, bro, but they ain't had great defenders. And any great defender they have, i.e. Kyle Walker, they've gone onto a team. Sol Campbell, you man took him, bro. They lose they're a team that lose their best defenders, but they ain't
Once again,
had
one
the
thing
best.
I was
Bro, they
saying,
got
yes,
Eric
that's going to
Dyer.
be very misleading because, like I say, if a team won 1-0 with own goals,
Harry
for 38
fucking
games
Winks,
and won a league
bruv.
at the end of the
Come
season,
on,
Gary
bro.
Winks.
history's
Them
not
man,
going
they
to
ain't
sit
winning
there
Yeah,
and
but
tell
games,
Vardy, you could say
bro.
Vardy is a world class striker who's like unbelievable because no one's probably scored more goals than him in the last 5 years. But you can say, well, at least
Vardy's a
he
top.
in the
Listen, I saw an
season
Arsenal
he
fan
led
try to
them.
say Danny Welbeck was better
Vardy
than
was
Salah.
a problem.
So that's all
And
I'm going to say.
again, and
That was
he made it. He went
that
to
was
a
crazy,
team.
bro.
If he went to a team that won, even in the last few years, he would have managed. I think he would have had a lot more leagues to his name or a lot more trophies to them. I think he might have even. I wouldn't say do Haaland things. Well, let's be real. He was the first one to kind of even be on that kind of stuff. Because remember, he's the one that was scoring consecutively in games, bro.
Who are we talking about?
He's the one that's got that record.
Who are we talking about?
Jamie Vardy.
Oh, the
Yeah, but
consecutive
what I'm
games.
saying, Ash, at least 1 year he won them the league, didn't he, bruv? He kind of
No, that was
you
a
know,
team effort.
no,
That
it was
one
obviously
was
it's a team effort. But what I'm trying to say is the real great players, boys, they win stuff. You understand? They take their team to that next level. So
Talk
yes,
to them.
I agree. Son is a world class finisher for me, 100%.
Yeah, but 1 second. Some players are world class but never win anything because they stay with a team. Like
The Brazilian
that's the
Ronaldo
issue
never
you
won the
have.
Champions League. Brazilian Ronaldo never won the Champions League, did he? That's a
Nope.
fact.
Listen, if I want to talk about
Ibrahimovic
it,
has never won a
Brazilian-
Champions
Don't
League.
do that.
Hold on.
We know what
Nah.
R9 is, bruv. Like, we're talking about Son here. Like, you know what I mean? Son is not an R9, bruv. I mean, that's
Well,
a
you're missing
wild.
you're missing
Let
the
me-
point.
no,
The
let me-
point
no,
was,
hold
yeah,
on.
that
No,
some
but
World
it's
Cup
actually
players don't win certain things.
it's actually amazing that the players that you would say are some of the greatest players that have never won a trophy.
Don't say there's
Never
great
won-
players.
listen,
that
hold
never
on,
won
hold
anything.
on. R9, yeah. Let me just tell you, R9,
Yeah.
FIFA World Cup twice, yeah?
Top scorer.
Bruv.
Yeah, I'm fully aware.
La Liga.
I'm fully aware. You don't need to.
Twice.
We know the trophy list.
You're
We
not
know the
listening to
trophy
the
list.
point.
What has Tottenham Played done?
You're not listening.
What has
You're not
Tottenham
listening to the point. You're not listening to the point, though. Muller said, "Yeah, some world class players here don't win stuff.
Don't
yeah.
win
And I
nothing because
mentioned
they play at club. Totti
he won one league title. That's it.
one league title in his whole career, but Totti was
What's
a world class
someone
player.
at Tottenham? What's someone at Tottenham?
Again, he plays for Tottenham.
No, but
This
you
is what
lot
I'm
saying.
saying.
No,
Play for
hold
Roma.
on. You
Against
lot are
AC
saying
Milan,
that
Inter Milan, Juve. all
No,
that.
G. These are saying that these two are the best partnership. Yeah, the best partnership. So you're telling me.
One second.
No,
You're mishearing what was said. Statistically, they are considered in the league as the best partnership statistically for goals and assists.
And we're saying, what's the point of that? What does that mean?
One second. So that was that. No one here has sat here and said that means they are the best. Like, that's why I don't think no one's hearing. Statistically, it says they're the best. But
So what does it actually mean then?
One second, but overall, no one sat here and said that's the best partnership in the league. No one's actually sat here and said
Look
that.
at that. It's
You
like
lot
that strawweight fighter that
pointing
had
to-
more wins than that strawweight fighter that had
Even
more
that,
undefeated wins than fucking
Mayweather.
Mayweather.
No one considers him thing.
What does
because
that mean to you, lot?
Opposition.
It means
You think,
nothing.
oh, he hasn't fought no one.
Exactly. So
No, but this is what I'm
you're discounting your own point.
What's
Actually,
going on
you
here?
just
But
said,
I'm
what does
not,
that mean
though.
when you guys have
but
put
I'm
that
not.
stat
No,
out there?
because one second, you're not listening. What I said is statistically that was thrown in. That statistically they're the best.
They're
But no
saying
one's
statistically
actually
they've scored
said-
more goals than every duo that you've just named to
Yeah,
us.
but
yeah?
no one sat
But
here
what
and
does-
said that
but
they're
what
Bro,
does
the
that
the
best
mean,
man
in
had.
the league.
But wait, hold on. You're
You lot just
considering
keep
others to
pointing
be the
what
best
they
ever.
won. No
My
one
point
said they're
is
the best.
that I just made that Floyd Mayweather was considered the best ever, yet the other guy had more wins than him, undefeated, bro. But no one in here sat and talked about him because it didn't mean nothing because of who he did. Do you get what I'm saying, bro?
No one
Yeah,
sat
So
here.
it's
we
not
use the eye
saying
test.
we think he's
Yeah,
the
but
best.
one second,
No,
we look at
we
actually
know
what
that
someone has
they ain't
achieved.
got no trophies, bro.
This is why, but again, this is why I don't think you lot have think. You lot have heard that stat, but you lot have thought we're running with it and saying they're the best. No one sat here and said that they're the best. What was said was, by statistics, they're considered number one. But no one's actually sat here and said they're number one. None of us have actually said that they're the best.
The only thing that
The only
I
thing
said
that
is
was
that
quoted was
that first
statistics.
season under Jose Mourinho, I considered them the best for that season because what they were doing was a madness and no one expected them to link up and
To
assist
be fair,
and pass
Jose,
and do what
I
they
agree with
did.
you, Ash. Jose, for me, he reinvented Harry Kane, didn't he? Like
And
Harry
bearing,
Kane was always number
bearing in
9.
mind, yeah, Jose Mourinho got sacked right before a fight before they played the final. So
And you
who's
know,
to say
Jose
if he wasn't
Mourinho
in
was
that
top of the
final,
league at
that
Christmas.
they
That
wouldn't
year.
have won that. But that's
He
what I'm
was
saying.
top of the league
Remember,
at
he got
Christmas that year.
sacked before the final. The week of the final, he was sacked.
And they would have won it. They would have won it.
Anyway, because
No, they just lost to Zagreb.
but
Like,
we'll just
and
look
they lost
at
to us,
Chelsea
and they
Man
were.
United
That's
preview.
why he got sacked.
So OTC, take the floor.
Chelsea about to go in this Rizzler, bro. That's all I'm saying. I have nothing else to say.
Tough one to call this, man.
Yeah.
Tough one to call this, man.
What's the fixture times?
I want to get some more heading.
5:30 in the evening.
5:30 in the evening. So I guarantee you, yeah, Manchester United win. OTC
I'm not
will
gonna lie, I
leave
think
that
United could win.
conversation by 7:58. He'll leave the group chat.
What the hell? I'm confused.
He'll leave the group chat.
Like, okay, how much do you think they're gonna win
7:58
by?
Saturday evening. You'll see Off the Canvas Boxing has left the group chat.
Wait, so you're gonna say? All right, fair enough. All right, mate, that is. You're saying we're gonna get piped. All right, Dan.
I don't even.
finish
Hey,
your-
brother, you obviously didn't hear me earlier, brother. It could be a smash and grab 1-0. I don't care if we have 4% possession all game. Just make it say Man United 1, Chelsea 0. It's done.
I
for
think
you.
Chelsea are going to get stretched at the back because you're not going to play Koulibaly.
You think we're gonna get stretched to the back? Dan.
Personally, I think you will. I don't think your defense is going to be able to.
Do you know what, bro?
Reece
I
James
just
ain't
sense the
playing.
irony. I just sense the irony of a bad Man United performance, a great Chelsea performance, and Chelsea still losing. Because we're capable of that. We are the shit houseries, bro.
I don't think bro. The game,
Bro, we're shit
when I
housing
say
3
something,
points off of
if
you,
Chelsea
bro.
play well, most of the time, if not all of the time, they tend to win.
What? Come again?
If Chelsea play well, and I'm talking about play really
One
well.
second, because you're saying this, yeah? What games have you not played well in this season that you've just like fully dominated a game?
All right, let me
One
go.
second, I'll give you Wolves. I'll give you Wolves. I'll give you Wolves.
No. Let me see who
Everton you didn't.
and
Crystal Palace you didn't.
So we played.
Who else have you beat?
Let's go backwards. Okay, Brentford, we did. We
No.
played average but not well. Aston Villa, we played average but not well. AC Milan, we played well.
No, we're not including.
We're talking about the league.
Oh, you're not including the Champions League. All right, cool.
The league.
Flip it. Good. You're
Well,
including Europa League.
City.
Oh, no, we're not in it. But anyway, Wolves, we played well in.
Yeah,
Palace was a bit average.
No, you didn't play well.
Subpar.
Palace were lucky.
It wasn't subpar, but if
It
you were
was
subpar, then
Subpar.
It was.
all right, say no more, fam. Well, 3 points in it, Wolves, yeah. So we can do it anyway. West Ham.
Struggled.
I don't.
You didn't play
West
well.
Ham.
Hey, do you know what?
You didn't
I
play
love
well.
OTC.
Wait,
bro.
what happened? West
This
Ham.
guy's
It was the Bowen incident. No, we didn't play well West Ham. But
Yeah,
it was
we
average,
knew that.
and I think that was the back end of when Tuchel.
That was Tuchel's last game. You lot didn't play well in that.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
No, it
Tuchel's
wasn't.
last
I
game.
think it was Zagreb. It was Zagreb because I remember.
Okay, I'm just thinking the league game. That was his last league game.
Yeah.
Because I was baffled as to why he got sacked.
Yeah, Tuchel got sacked on the
Yeah, but carry on.
on the Wednesday. Who was it beforehand? Who was it? League game postponed from Liverpool. Hey, we're going back in August now.
Oh, did you say he played Liverpool?
No, that got postponed. Leicester.
What was the score in that?
Well. I think it was 2-1, but we were down to 10 men. I think that was the game that Gallagher got red card.
That's the game Gallagher got. No, didn't
At
he
the
get
30th minute, and we won with 10 men against Leicester. But Leicester were dead at that time, so take as you want. Tottenham, we played well. I don't want to hear it. Tottenham,
you played well in that game.
And then who else? Everton,
you struggled.
You struggled.
But they had.
You struggled.
They had 9 men in the box, so I don't know.
Why can't you just say you just struggled? You struggled, man. Say it.
So basically, what we've construed it out of 10 league games, you played well in 2.
Say no more. Say no more.
No, we played well in Tottenham. We played well against Leicester. We played well against Wolves.
Okay, so 3.
3 and 10.
How many? Yeah, 3 and 10. Yeah.
Oz can't speak of the first 4 games because he didn't see them. So Oz, have you been impressed with anything you've seen from Chelsea in the league?
Well, I would say like massively impressed. Do you know what I mean? They've not played as well as I thought that they would be playing.
Considering what they spent, you'd expect a lot better, right?
Yeah, 100% expect a lot
better. Have you been in Chelsea watching Chelsea?
I swear, if we cook your second team, yeah, I promise you, you're going to be ahead of Dan.
I'm just trying to gauge this because you're sitting there like you lot have played like world-class football in the league.
No, I'm not saying we played well. I'm not saying we played well, but you lot are saying we played crap. Yeah, I would play crap and we're above Man United. Make it make sense.
But you asking my opinion, Moles. Like my opinion is, I think Potter. I think like I'm the only one on here who called that change, blood. Like give me my flowers. I was the one on here who said Tuchel's getting sacked, rude boy. And I didn't think it'll come that quickly, but I could see it coming, bruv.
But you say that, yeah, OTC, but you're not only a point ahead of United. So it's not that big.
All this talk for 1 point,
it's that big in contrast. And considering
the greatest fall off,
look at it, Man United
to the rebuild, yeah.
The great.
Just
saying. No. My head's gone.
You lot have both won 6 games. The only difference is United have lost one game more than you lot. You lot drew a game.
We've got 3 United fans on here, and I'm telling you, I'm ready to cook them all, fam. Yeah. Let me tell you something. You lot are has-beens, yeah.
Yeah, he's calling me a Man United fan.
Ash and Dad, bruv, yeah. Because I'm telling you, all you
know,
first and foremost, yeah. Dad, yeah. The team.
You know, talking
our
about
manager.
Let OTC land.
Our manager smoked your team, yeah. This season, early days, yeah, with Danny Welbeck,
Keeler header.
yeah. So have some respect.
That's me
first
getting ready
and
to
foremost.
stop him, stop him,
on
stop
that
him,
one,
man,
yeah.
stop him.
Saturday, bro.
With Danny Welbeck.
Can you hear
I
that?
don't mind,
First
bro,
and
mute.
foremost, yeah.
Crushing up OTC in
Wait,
this
wait, wait,
brand,
wait,
man.
wait.
The team that we drew against and we were average against slapped you, man, 4-0. 4-0, fam.
Let's just leave him to land. You
Yeah.
still going?
Furthermore, yeah, your GOAT, yeah, the greatest player of all time.
That you wanted,
Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah.
that you was
Let me tell
begging
That
for.
you wanted.
You was
You
twerking
was
for it
begging,
this
you was
summer.
begging for it.
Working.
Everyone saw in the group chat. Everyone saw in the group chat the pictures of Ronaldo in the Chelsea shirt.
I've got a question.
He's shit, bro. Forget it.
I've got
Just
a
ignore it, fam. He's dead,
shit.
fam.
But you, mate, you was
Fam,
working for him.
He's walking off, fam. He's
Mate,
walking
you
off.
was on-
He's saying
mate,
no.
Mate,
Ten
mate,
Hag,
stop
sod
talking,
you, mate. Sod you,
mate,
mate.
stop talking.
He's
Stop
on more than
talking,
10
stop
Hag. He's telling 10 Hag to do one.
Stop talking, mate. Because you was begging for him. Like, you was pretty much on your
Working.
knees there, sucking man off. Like, get over yourself. Like, you need to stop
I
it.
didn't go
Dead,
that
fam.
far.
He's dead, fam. We got, listen, we got
The cheap.
Aubameyang, yeah? Have some respect. Premier League top goal
Abam-
scorer a couple of
mate,
seasons ago.
Aubameyang's.
One
Are you
second.
actually?
One
Wait, are you
second.
comparing
We're
Aubameyang
racist,
to
we're
Ronaldo?
One
racist.
second.
and
I've
that's
just
the
gone
way
into
we
the
like
group
it.
chat,
We
yeah.
like it. We like it.
What's with that
Whoa,
picture?
whoa,
Huh?
whoa.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Whoa, whoa.
Are you
Oz knows
comparing
what I'm talking
Aubameyang?
about. Oz
to
knows
Ronaldo?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Are you mad? You're
Oh,
You're
we
a
finally
picture.
clocked onto
Why?
Oz's
Yeah.
picture, yeah?
Yeah, I just clocked it.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
It's in the group chat.
Anyway,
She's
I
got
think it'll
time.
be a
Let's
draw.
just put it like that.
I think it'll be a draw.
Oh man, I was hoping OTC actually sent it to us in the thing. He's picture.
Either
he's
way,
edited
long
now.
story short, yeah. Chelsea are guiding a Rizzler Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, the Rizzler.
Done.
Say no more, fam. Say no more. Fam.
Done.
Get the Rizzler, yeah.
And there was some wild pictures of
Yeah.
Tuchel sent in this group, innit?
Yeah. Show Graham Potter about a Wingardium Leviosa, bro. Let him know about the real magic when you come to the where are we at? The Theatre of Dreams.
No, it's at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, the
Stamford
Stamford
Bridge.
Bridge. That shit little
Wait.
stadium near Battersea. Say no more.
Wait, is that the same? Is that the same stadium that Sancho was dancing on last season when he scored against you?
Who?
Mhm.
Who? Sancho.
Yeah,
Mate,
they
don't
was
mate,
against you last season. Yeah.
mate. What, mate?
You
Why
know-
would
you know,
you want
yeah,
to bring Sancho into this conversation? Let's not have that yet.
I'm telling you now. You know what? You want
if you're asking me, Sancho,
Let's
Sancho
have it.
shouldn't even go to the World Cup, mate. This
Oh, wait,
geezer
can you
should
man
be at
see that,
home
yeah?
with the rest of us.
Remember,
yeah?
this was OTC's edit, innit?
That's OTC, yeah.
Yeah,
What's the-
Ronaldo
Begging,
in
The
the
begging,
OTC
begging.
edit.
Begging
Ronaldo
for
in the Chelsea
Ronaldo,
shirt.
you know, begging it. Wait,
Listen.
you're the same guy who was begging Neymar too, right? You was begging for Neymar as well, yeah. Mate, you
I'm
need to
looking
get a
at
grip of
world class
yourself.
players. We're not looking at Arnautovic and these man there, fam. Yeah, we're not in that market, fam. We're not in the Europa
Mhm.
League market, fam.
Mhm.
We're shopping at Arabs, mate.
Mhm.
mate. These
From
men are
Neymar
Arabs.
and
We're not getting to
Ronaldo
Iceland.
to
Aubameyang.
Fair enough.
Yo, G-Chain, what's your prediction, bro?
You know what? It's quite a hard game to call, bruv. You know, like, because United at home, for me, have been solid, blood. They beat us, they beat Liverpool, and they beat, obviously, Tottenham. But away from home, it's different, isn't it, bruv? It's a different kind of game. I think they need Eriksen back for that one to pull the strings. I don't think they're going to be pressing. Like, they pressed
think
the
they'll play
fuck
Callum.
out of Tottenham last night. And so I think against Chelsea, they're going to do more what they normally do, which is sit a little bit more black, sit a little bit further back, and then try and pick them off. And so,
Who's replaced James in the back?
Loftus Cheek, but he's Loftus Cheek and Asby. So how it works is that we play three, sort of five at the back. Loftus Cheek will be wing back and Asby will be right centre back,
Okay,
which kind of works out afterwards.
No, I was just curious who was covering James. But go on,
Yeah,
G.
he's been well.
oh,
Actually.
yeah, so, but
Graham
with
Potter,
Chelsea,
Graham
like,
Potter's testing out formations
in a
on
couple of
manager
big
mode. Yeah?
games with Chelsea. Sorry, go on, Ashley.
No, I was just saying, Graham Potter's just testing out formations on manager mode, yeah? So he's
Bro,
got
he slapped
FIFA
Yossi
23
4-0
Ultimate
last season.
Edition,
He's
yeah?
already
Just
smacked you
testing
this
players,
season.
seeing what the
Hold on.
chemistry is. and
He's
that,
already
yeah?
smacked you, look, bruv. He's got.
OTC, show us your screensaver. Is it still Tommy
Drawing
Tuchel, bruv?
drawing for Ultimate Cards.
Is it still Thomas the Tuchel?
One second, you know what
Let's-
OTC is?
let's-
OTC is praying that England lose the World Cup so Thomas Tuchel can come in as the manager.
How
Listen,
sad.
He's going
Not
to
big
get
to
Tuchel
How
back.
sad. How
We don't need to
sad.
mention Tuchel. We don't need to mention Tuchel, yeah. Champions League winner, fam.
No, but on a real, I
Let's not
don't
go
sign
there.
off with you guys. mate. I'm an England fan. But I
Listen,
want to see
Ollie
England
Oz
do
can
well.
chat to me
So.
on this one. Ollie Oz can chat to me when it comes to the big air trophy, fam, on this one. Because none of your managers have won nothing close to that. the last couple of seasons at least. So
Won what?
Champions League.
Ten Hag has not won a league in the Europe's top 5 leagues.
Well, to be fair, Graham Potter's not won nothing neither. So
yeah, but I'm talking. You lot
that's
talking
your
about
manager now.
you're not talking about
I bet he's gonna count promotion now.
Oh, they did. They come up by second place after getting a bus that said first place.
Oh, you didn't even get a trophy for it. At least seventh or sixth.
I swear.
Anyway,
next week, yeah, if we smack you, man, next week, yeah, you better come. You better go to your plug here and ask for like some special occasion. The special occasion. Pack, yeah?
Man
Yeah,
says
you're gonna need it, fam.
mate,
You're gonna
you know-
need it, fam.
OTC,
You're gonna
I've
need
got
it,
something-
fam.
OTC, I've got something to say. Like all the pressure's on you because you're at home, mate. You have to win. If you don't win, yeah, you're fucked, mate.
Why is all the pressure on us?
all the pressure's on you
We won
because
the
you know
Champions League a
why.
couple of seasons
You're the
ago.
one that's
We got
talking
a bunch of young
all
players.
of this smoke, bro. Like you just
Pressure's not on
like
us.
you know, like I'll
Pressure's
be
on you,
driving my
man.
work van, and the next thing I know,
Mate,
I'm getting
you
bombarded by
didn't
OTC with Chelsea propaganda.
Hold on. Why is the
I love
No,
how
why is the
unfreaking
pressure
you
on
sit
us?
here.
You're the
Calm.
biggest team in the world. Why is the pressure on us? Hold on. Where does according to Dan, we're one of the smallest teams in London, yeah, and you're the biggest team in the world, yeah.
You are the smallest team in London.
We're the
You ain't
smallest
even the
team in
biggest
London,
team
yeah?
in West
Flipping-
London, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fulham are
bro.
bigger than you.
Yeah, Fulham are bigger, etc.
Hey,
yeah?
Michael Jackson went
And
to Fulham.
your team, yeah, are the biggest team in the world, and yet you're telling me now that the pressure is on us.
Yeah,
Fam, you are has-beens, fam. You lot are washed, fam. Yeah, you lot, bruv. You lot
We
are
might
done
be
it.
has-beens,
You lot
but
have
you've
done it.
never been,
You
bro.
man are
You
has-beens,
still ain't
fam.
even stepped to Arsenal in your league for your
You
trophy.
man are
contest,
Arsenal
has-beens,
still
bro.
ain't big in Jamaica. That's all. I mean, Chelsea still ain't big in Jamaica.
It's the one time I'm gonna
That's
give
how I
them
gauge
props,
it.
boy.
When the
It's the
three
one
biggest
time I'm
teams
gonna
are
give
still
them
Liverpool,
real props
Arsenal, and
like
Man
this,
United coming out the
just leave the
Caribbean.
biggest clubs to Liverpool
fam.
and
Listen,
Manchester
mate,
United.
let's not talk
innit?
about African. Listen, let's
Yeah.
not go. Let's
When
not go
when
there,
you
fam.
knock Arsenal off their perch in London, then we can chat in it. Until then, just
Wait, hold on.
be
You're not
happy
even the
being the
biggest team in
third
Manchester.
best.
Hold on. You ain't, bro.
We're the biggest
You
team
man
in
are not even the
Manchester.
biggest team in Manchester. Your
Biggest
local
team in
rivals.
Manchester.
Your local rivals.
I'm
slapped
sorry,
man
but the trophy
6-3.
cabinet says so. It just says so, bro.
No,
just says so.
6-3.
Yeah, Man United and Liverpool.
It says so. We've got three. How many Champions Leagues we got? We got three.
You've not
that
won a-
three
Wait,
that
hold on.
Pep can't
Man
even
United
get.
won
You're
European
the
Trophy
biggest
three
team in
times.
Manchester.
get
Because
one.
hold on.
Can't even
Ash.
get
You're the
one.
biggest team.
Man United also won the first English team to win the tournament.
No. You're the biggest team in Manchester because you won the Champions League. And when I mentioned the Champions League in London, you mentioned
Once
Premier
again,
League.
PSG
You man,
considered one
you
of the
man,
biggest,
just get in the
but they
bin.
can't even
Just
buy
get in the
Yeah,
bin.
them.
but what I'm saying
Get
to
in the
you
bin.
is, bro,
Get in the bin.
bro, you've never really been a consistent title challenger. You come in, you win your title, and then you dip out for like 4 or 5 years like an absent father, bro. Like this just is what it is, man.
Absent father, man.
Like it is what it is,
Yo,
bro. Like you
Ash,
just dip out, like
Bro.
then you come back again, like, oh, I'm a changed man.
I
You
gotta
win
give
it
you that.
once, and
I
you
gotta
win
give
one
you
again.
Ash just
Start
put you on
cheating on the
social
gal, bro,
services
like-
settings, blood. Ash just put you on social services settings, rude boy.
Listen, mate.
What you
If we
gotta
go
say
to-
for yourself?
Listen, if we go social services, I'll see
You know what's
Martinez
mad?
prayers in the rating room, fam.
I remember
Big
just a
man
couple
thing,
weeks
brother.
ago, OTC was hating Potter, boy. He was hating that appointment.
Fam,
Hey,
like,
bro, if you type his name in and put Todd out, it's there.
Oh, what OTC?
It's there. The guy's got
Was you
mixed
Todd
emotions
out?
about his bro. You've said Todd out. I'll go and I'll get it right out.
Was you Todd out?
no.
Yep.
I'm
He
not
was
for that.
Todd out, bro.
yeah.
When he said bye to Kaiser Sose, bro, he was like, "No, I hate Todd."
Guys,
I don't
associate,
like
bro,
Todd.
don't
Oh,
mock
you
it.
don't know about
mock
Kaiser. You need
Don't
usual
mock it.
suspects.
Don't
Usual
mock it.
suspects should know who
I'm
Kaiser
telling you,
Soze is.
I'm telling you, yeah. First and foremost, bruv. Oh my days, you lot first with me. Oh goodness, I didn't know I was gonna be outnumbered. 3-1, fam.
Oh,
It's not 3-1. I'm just throwing
you've
shit.
never got no one on your
No.
side,
Wolves,
bro. You are the
Wolves,
worst
you will be
football analysis
alongside
ever.
with
Yo,
I love you,
yo,
bro.
OTC 3-2, bruv. I'm on your side, innit? Since Man United
Right.
fans celebrated Man City winning the title last season, that's it, blood. They're done.
Come on.
In my book, they're done, blood.
Whoa, United.
Well, to be fair,
Well,
I
this
didn't
is two
celebrate
evils,
shit.
isn't it?
These time there,
I
they
didn't-
finished. The biggest team in the world,
didn't
yeah.
celebrate
And these time there, they scraped Europa League, fam. You're just getting in the bin. You're struggling to beat was it pneumonia? Or was it? No, was it Bodo Glimt? One of them.
One second.
Morning,
You
you
guys
know.
did beat Zagreb.
You
can't
can't
throw
beat them, man.
stones.
Oh, you're
Throw
complaining
stones when
about
you
us.
live in a glass house.
Bro, you got
Mate,
beat by
you lost to
Zagreb.
Son.
They were at Hideout Festival that very same weekend, bro.
Man said
Okay.
Hideout
They
Festival.
were
You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
get him
you-
out of here, fam. Get him out of here. Champions League winner, yeah. Champions League team, fam. The biggest club in the world.
Oh,
And he's
OTC, I've got a
happy.
question for you. OTC, I've got a question for you.
Let's go, fam.
What's the situation with Kante? He's currently injured, out for
3
4 months. He's
4.
four. Yeah, and his contract finishes at the end of the season. What's your
Yeah.
take on that, mate?
Let me hit stop record. So let me stop it. 1 second.
And Golo,